Lovely. Now you are listening to TMFM. What are you doing?
The other one.
No, I like that one. No, stop getting involved. Oh, my gosh. Stop pressing my buttons. Now, listen, we have been joined by three faces waking up the nation each morning.
I'm sure I'm in breach of contract to my Radio 2 for sure. You're going to get in so much trouble. Sean Well with Chris Dark and new team member Jordan North. Welcome to the TMFM radio station.
Yay! Thank you for joining us. It's so good to have you.
Jordan? How many days have you been doing it?
This is my third, and it feels like my 33rd.
It's so tight.
It's the first day you turned up in a hoodie, to be fair.
Yeah, so I started Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
and I was, like, wearing my best jacket, I was putting a bit of makeup on, doing my hair and stuff, and I was getting in for 5 a.m, we're on air at 6, and then this morning got in at 5:30, turned up with hood on. Nobody
Don't talk
speak
to
to
me.
me. Yeah, you know it.
In a week's time, it'll be 10 to 6.
Yeah, 5-2.
The thing is, it sounded so fresh on the first day. You've really, like, taken it to the next level, the three of you, haven't you?
Oh, thanks. I feel like we just wanted to start with a bit of a bang, didn't we? I mean, and he just couldn't resist getting into costume straight away.
Great
Sequins
showman.
on.
Hello, there he is. It was so good, though.
Yeah,
It's an opening.
So we wanted to open the show with a bit of a bang, so we were like, why not get a 10-man marching band, me in a Greatest Showman outfit, and then we marched them through Leicester Square and through the global building where Capital's based, into the office, into the studio. Here we are.
So extra.
Yeah.
You know, the worst thing about it, though, that he didn't tell anyone, is he's scared of lifts. So he made those poor trumpeters and tromboners go up 3 flights of stairs.
Are you really scared of live?
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic down
know this. And Chris, what's so lovely is that you are all three really good friends, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I used to work with Jordan at another place, and now we're together again, and that's really, really nice for me because it's great working with him again, and it feels like we've just managed to get straight back into it, really. And Sean, I mean, that's the nicest thing, that we'd like to think that we're just sort of your mates that you'd have in the pub, but you can wake up with us every day.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun in the first 3 days so far.
Interesting, isn't it? Because obviously, you know, you're such good friends with Roman. I know you are as well.
Yeah.
And you know, what, 7 years, and you know,
yeah.
the three of you really, you know, worked so well as a team and like family. And I thought there'd be like a break before Jordan starts, but it's like, no, yeah, on you go, son.
Pretty much.
That's show business.
Yeah, they got a week off, and then we say a week off because we were doing loads of practice shows and run-throughs, but the reason why we didn't have a break is because we wanted to keep the momentum, because Roman was great and it was big shoes to fill, so it's like, let's just plonk me in and see if we can keep the listeners and add more on as well, so that was like part
You
of the
say
reason
big shoes to fill. I mean, Roman... I mean, we grew up with Chris Tarrant, Johnny Vaughan, an icon.
Kenny Everett.
As well. Kenny Everett, comic genius.
Dave Berry was on as well.
Of course, yeah, brilliant. Dave's such a lovely guy as well. So you know, it is kind of, you know, yes, everyone grew up with it being Capital FM London, but it is, you know, it's a nationwide show, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the thing we want to stress as well. Like, there's a Northerner on it now, because it used to be a big station just in London, but now you can get it wherever you are, in the North East, in South Wales, North Wales, in Birmingham, even in Scotland as well, up north. So wherever you are, you can listen to us every morning.
So, Sean, how did you come up with all the ideas? What's your working relationship like? Is it in the pub, or do you go around each other's houses?
I was going to say, we're not that professional in that way. We're not round a boardroom. We are literally down the pub. Someone says something that rhymes and we go, that sounds good.
Yeah,
it is a down the pub.
We did our first meeting in the pub and I was like, we're going to be all right here.
This is going to work.
This is going to work. We did our first ideas meeting down the pub.
Well, it was like there on the non-alcoholic pops, just going.
Oh, it's been so hard not to drink.
For you, because you're like, rubbish idea.
I'm the sober one that remembers what actually happened. I'm taking notes.
Yeah. So when we went to Madonna, was you with child?
I think I was, Alison.
With child? Were you with the baby Jesus at the time?
Alison, she came to mine on...
With child.
She came to mine on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And she'd put non-alcoholic gin in a normal gin bottle, and when she left, I went... Sean was a bit hammered, wasn't she, yesterday? I was looking on...
sober.
And she was so stone-cold sober.
You did work Christmas party and everything, didn't
Oh, I've had to get through Christmas, New Year. I've had so many... Madonna. I've had week working with you. Couldn't fit in the trousers.
Do you pretend to be drunk? Is that what you've been doing?
I think my general persona gets mistaken.
Very good, well done.
Now, you've got a little game for us. It's called Rhyme Time, which we've heard about. I get a little bit nervous when there's a quiz. I get a little
Well, we don't know the rules of Rhyme Time yet, so it's time to play...
It's Rhyme Time.
Oh, my God, I love it already.
Right, it's dead easy. You're about to be asked a series of questions. The answer to all the questions will rhyme.
Yeah,
okay?
so it's your job to answer as many of those questions as you can in 30 seconds. When the time is up, your total will go onto our weekly leaderboard.
So hang on, whoa, just back up.
Can I just ask a question?
Go on.
yeah.
Are we working as a team?
That's what I was
No, you're going to be against each other.
No.
Okay, so we're
rivals.
buzzing in or what?
Well, so normally when people play this, by the end of the week, if you're top of the leaderboard, you win this. It is a Capital Breakfast #1 mug. Oh my gosh, I've been having to hide that between my
We was
legs the
hiding that.
whole chat to the point
And
where I was
it's not
starting
a
to
small
shake.
mug, is it? It's actually quite big.
That's right.
big.
We're coming for you, Sports Direct.
But obviously, whoever wins out of you two can
Yeah.
win the mug. That's what we're
So you're
playing
going to do
for.
one round each.
Forget, I might get sacked if the mug ends up in my person, so I might just give it to Alison. But, and this is something you're doing. This is
Yeah.
right.
Really bright and early every morning at 6:30, so you've got to be an early starter.
And you win for the mug.
Yeah, you're playing for the mug today
Okay.
and the pride.
OK, go.
Yeah.
And we've not given out any of these mug jacks.
We
It's
use
our
these.
first week, so the
Yeah,
first
I'm gonna
winner.
use this.
Right, Dermot, we're going to start with you. You can pass at any point, and the word you're rhyming with is bake. B-A-K-E.
Hang on a minute. Whoa, what's the rules?
Right.
Every answer is going to rhyme.
Rhyme
with
with
bake.
every answer.
I've just got to come up with words the right.
You'll
Yeah.
get it. You'll get a lead.
Yeah.
Answer, though.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, God.
Bake.
Right, OK.
Bake.
Bake.
Come on.
Your time starts now. The opposite of true is...
Fake.
OK, red velvet and Victoria Sponge is a type of...
Cake.
What Lively is married to Ryan Reynolds?
Blake.
Hiss Hiss is a...
Take.
Have a Kit Kat, have a...
Break.
It's measured on the Richter scale.
Quake.
A large body of water surrounded by land is a... They fall from the sky when it's really, really cold.
Hail.
You used to... You used to call him on his cell phone.
Oh,
Break.
time's up.
Yay!
Are you allowing that,
His
Sean?
time
Well,
was up.
It starts.
I can't take that one.
Right,
You're not the
Okay.
adjudicator.
Oh my gosh, it's kicking off.
it's kicking off. This is brilliant. Chris,
You got 6.
7.
You did really well, Dermot. You only got 2 wrong. Hiss Hiss is a snake.
Yes.
And fall from the sky, when it's really cold, it's not hail, it's a snowflake.
Oh, flake.
Flake.
But Alison, I think you'll be back stronger here.
Oh,
That
my
was
God.
very good,
That was
Dermot.
really 7.
You're 7.
Is that good?
Well, no one's done that yet on our show.
Oh, that's
So-
How many people on the origin?
Woo-hoo!
1.
3 have played, and the highest score so far is 6. So
Oh, OK.
you're doing very
all
well.
right. OK, you're listening to the all-new Capital Breakfast Show with me, Jordan North, Chris Stark and Sean Welby. Who've we got on the phone now? It's Alison in Birmingham.
Oh,
Hi.
Alison!
From Birmingham.
Now, Alison, remember you can pass at any point, and the word you're rhyming with is sit.
Sit.
S-I-T.
Oh, God.
OK. Alison,
Oh, no.
Good luck, everybody.
Sit.
you don't want to walk in this, it's dog. No, I'm joking. Right. I'm joking.
All right, go on.
Go on.
Alison, in Birmingham, your time starts now. Exercise helps you get...
Fit.
To give up, you have to...
Quit.
Someone from the UK is a...
Brit.
An American pimple is a...
Zit.
In the middle of a mango, you'll find a...
Pip.
Yeah, your grandma's favourite pastime is to...
Grandma. Knit. Yes.
You put a spanner in it. It's a tool.
Banner in Kit.
Yes!
Well, that's obviously not real. It's...
I don't know.
Oh!
I don't know what that was.
OK, Chris.
Did I beat him?
You did-
I
you
think
did
he
very
had
well.
more-
Are
I
you
think he had
counting the
more
mango
time than
one?
me. He had
said
more
pip.
time.
She said pip. It's
So
pit.
harsh, though.
Pipple pit.
We were
No,
looking
But
for
it's a
pit.
pit.
It didn't
It is a
rhyme,
pit.
though.
It is a pit. My mum said it was a pit.
I know, and I love that so much. I don't want to say
Oh,
no.
should we give it to
We'll
her?
give it Alison.
Yeah. And I think he had more time.
And the only other one you got wrong.
Both 30 seconds.
Well, that's obviously not real. It's counterfeit.
Fit.
Counterfeit.
But
was hard.
the scores are in, guys.
Okay.
And can I say that, Alison, you were neck and neck. You also got 7.
It's a pair of the first ever #1 UK mug.
Cheers, Bob.
Photo.
Oh, that's lovely.
Dermot, little photo.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, you get the 2 mugs. Thanks.
Oh, we can't hold them, obviously.
Thank you so much.
obviously.
Go on, right,
No,
Bob.
just let you know. Just let you know. BBC Radio 2, my show's on from it.
Sean,
Thank you,
Jordan,
guys.
Chris, thank you so
No,
much.
thank you for
Capital
playing.
FM, London. But that's the old jingle. But that's the one I listen to. Is Jordan North, Chris and Sean airs weekdays from 6. Yeah, that's it, Jordan 6. Squeaky eyes.
Thank you so much. That was so much fun. Well, listen, stay. Ever
since she sang live on This Morning, aged 11. Is that true?
Yeah.
Charlotte Church has gone to become a household name, performing all the songs all over the world, including my favourite, Cardiff Born, Cardiff Bred. When I die, I'll be Cardiff Dead.
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking, what a voice there.
Do you know what? I sat GCSE geography. I sat next to this Welsh girl. I think she's like Welsh Italian. You know,
Okay.
so many Welsh Italians.
Lots of, yeah, absolutely.
And the first day she sat there, I said, all right, what's your name? Where are you from? She went, I'm Maria. And I'm Cardiff born, Cardiff bred. When I die, I'll be Cardiff dead. It's always.
Is it? That's amazing. So you got straight in there.
We're very excited because you're back in the recording studio.
Yes.
But
yes.
for this time, for your new podcast.
Yes.
What's it called? Kicking Back with the Cardiffians.
Kicking back with the Cardiffians,
I like
absolutely.
That.
Thank you.
It's a play on keeping up with the Kardashians, isn't it?
Anti-Kardashian,
It is. It is the antithesis to the Kardashians.
The opposite.
Absolutely, because it is all about working class people. And my working class people, my tribe of Cardiffians and the people that I love the most in the world. And so part of it is about me handing over the mic to my family and my friends to tell their stories.
It's like you're giving them a voice, isn't it? It's so lovely.
Yeah, but also I think like in a more sort of wider, generalised point in terms of society, we need to see ourselves reflected back at ourselves. And often the way that media is now, we see a lot of the lives of the wealthy and the rich and the famous, and we don't see a lot of like the real life stuff.
Yeah.
Or if we do, it's like really dramatised, or it might be in a comedy or something. But actually real stories of real people is so often stranger than fiction and better than any story that a writer could write.
What was your starting point when you first decided to do it? Was it like you'll start with your family and then kind of broaden out? I mean, I know your local pub, which obviously is a hub of community for so many people.
Yes.
Is a big focus in the podcast as well.
Yeah, tell us about Paul.
So Paul is a landlord of the Robin Hoods, and like loads of my family have been, and our lives have been centred around the Robin Hood. From it's the pub that people have their birthdays in, or it's where we have funerals and such afterwards, the wakes for funerals, and so it's just been like pretty steady, a pretty steady place throughout my whole life. And Paul, again, I think it's like just capturing like the change that has happened in the last 30, 40 years. For Paul, who's the landlord, he's been stationary in that place, and it's such a place of such diverse life.
Yeah.
It was just thinking about it. I really wanted to capture these beautiful stories of my family, to honour the stories of my family, to honour their lineage, their struggles, their strife, their joys, their humour. But also, again, I think it's really relatable, because I think that when somebody's being really vulnerable and honest about their own family relationships and friendships, then no matter where you are in the country, whether you're a Cardiffian or whether you're in Leeds or whether you're in Scotland, or do you know what I mean? You can hear the commonalities.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
Authenticity, I think, is the way forward. And I think what's so lovely is you talk about, comedy and things like that. When your dad came on, it was actually quite emotional, wasn't it? It was an emotional exchange, but also quite funny, because he's quite a funny man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's hilarious. And so, we go deep, because we're not afraid. Like, we're not afraid
to go there.
Totally. I think it's really important, and it's really helpful for other people. But again, when you're really honouring and when you're really being authentic with who you are, then things do get vulnerable, because bad stuff happens to people. But yeah, as you say, like in my dad's episode and in my Auntie Frances, my great Auntie Frances and my cousin Alison's episode, it's so counterbalanced, like going deep and it being like, oh my gosh, that's quite big. But then the humour, the gallows humour that comes in, which again I think is like pretty synonymous with the working class experience.
Yeah.
When people are so often dancing the survival dance, then the only way you can get through it a lot of the
Chasing
time
out
is
the demons.
Absolutely, is humour.
Did you have a moment of awakening, because you started so young and you experienced so much at such a young age? You probably didn't really have you definitely didn't have a normal childhood, and I know you've got an incredible network of friends and family around you to keep you grounded and rooted. But even given the circumstances you've been through. Was there a reset, like when, you know, in your sort of 20s or something, when you became a bit more aware of your community and your family and what that meant to you, I suppose?
I think that it's hardly ever one specific time, is it? You know, it's throughout your time that you start to feel these changes and these shifts. I think that singing has always been a huge balm to my soul. Like, I have managed to soothe myself and love myself up through singing and making sound and healing myself in ways. And nature, like real connection to nature and the land around me, the trees, the rivers of Cardiff, has also really enabled me to stay really rooted.
That's what you're doing now a lot as well, aren't you? You've got the whole wellness. Is there a retreat you have? Or what?
Yeah. Dreaming. I want to go.
Yeah!
Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, I really want you to come, Alison.
Me too. I want to experience these sound baths.
Yeah,
Really do.
absolutely. Well, the Dreaming is just this absolutely glorious retreat centre that I set up a year ago now, right smack bang in the centre of Wales. And it's in the Cambrian Mountains. It's got 2 waterfalls. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful rooms. And we do lots of wellness therapies. So it's our 3 pillars are nature connection, sound therapy in all of its forms, and also ceremony.
Can you show us some of this sound therapy just while you're here?
Yeah.
With your lovely harp.
Sure. So this is a beautiful reverie harp. So I'm a practitioner at the Dreaming, and I do sound therapy stuff, some of which is sound healing or sound journeys, some of which is helping people reconnect and find their voice.
Shall I just close my eyes while you're doing it?
You can, but do you want to sing with me?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
sing. Let's
Okay.
do it.
So this is a reverie harp. So Duma, if you give me... and Alison, if you give me... Right, you keep doing that. Good morning, this morning, to all those listening at home.
Oh, that's so nice. We've got 10 seconds left. You've got to stop singing.
So much.
Latest episode of the podcast, Kicking Back with the Cardiffians, available Thursday, wherever you get your
that.
podcast. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you so much. Lovely to see you as always.
Local. You are a detective. And Susie, the repair shop's leather expert, and Steve, resident horologist.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Who just happened to be brother and sister. Join us now. Welcome.
Well,
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
It's such a lovely show, isn't it? It's just one of those shows, especially, it gets your emotions going, you know, it's a real tearjerker. But it must be an absolute pleasure working alongside one of your siblings, well, your lovely sibling, Susie.
Well, it's
See?
OK.
Classic sibling answer as well, isn't it?
I'm very proud.
Remind us how the whole thing came about with both of you being involved.
Yeah, I mean, I got an email that I thought was a scam to start with, and my partner, Mel, she looked into it and said, no, all the phone numbers way up and everything. And so I answered it. Then bish, bash, bosh, a few weeks later, I was on the show.
And then how did you get involved?
Well, Steve was Skyping me while I was in America, and I was just like, he's having such a good time. And eventually I said, well, if ever they need somebody that works on leather, and he said, well, actually, they do.
Yeah.
And then the ball started to roll.
Were you doing leather work over there in the States?
Yeah, I'm a master saddle maker,
Yeah.
so I was in the States making saddles.
Yeah.
Well, she's got one of her saddles here today. When did you make that saddle? It's beautiful.
Yeah, so I made this over the Christmas break, and I needed a new saddle for me and my horse, so...
Oh, it's incredible. Have you seen the workmanship on that? It's unbelievable. What's it like working with RJ, Steve? Because I watch it all the time. I love him so much. I actually thought it was in Jay's house. I did. I thought it was in his garden.
No, until 5 seconds ago.
I didn't realise it wasn't.
No, it's on the Wealdon Downs Museum site. And working with Jay is just fantastic. He has such a natural way with people. And if we're nervous or upset about anything, he's the perfect person to be there with you.
So what's your family story? So did it come from your mother and father, your interest in restoration And was it horology originally from your mum or dad?
So my grandfather was a clock and watchmaker. My father was a watchmaker, and I was never going to do it. But you get to an age of 16, and when you don't know what to do, I thought, oh well, I might as well go into the family trade.
business.
Yeah. And yeah, I've been doing it ever since.
And what about you, Susie?
Well, I mean, Mum was particularly artistic and she was able to design and make anything. And then with Dad's practicalities, I grew up with this massive love of horses and very quickly found that there was this wonderful material called leather and you could do so much. And so I made my first saddle for my Cindy horse and then found out you can actually go into a career making saddles. And
like,
so...
what, humans want them as well as these? All right, then.
We've got a lovely picture of you, actually, growing up. Here it is. Look at that.
No.
You as a baby, Susie. Absolutely lovely.
She doesn't look overly happy with that squeeze you're giving her there, Steve.
Was that a true smile?
I can't believe you've actually had... Have you had King Charles in there as well?
We have,
What did he need doing?
So we were doing some restoration for one of the houses in Scotland.
Yeah.
He was a great part of the show. I mean, what a lovely guy, natural guy, and he is so into heritage crafts and making sure that they don't die.
That's what it's about, really.
Exactly, yeah.
And obviously working with well, at the time, was he the prince at the time?
He was the prince.
He was prince at the time. I mean, do you still get the same amount of pressure or do you feel nervous doing anybody's restoration or does it ease off a little bit when you just know, oh, I've got this, I can smash this one?
Yeah, we do get a bit nervous when we're really up against a problem. But with the king, there were added nerves as well.
Added pressure.
Yes.
I can imagine as well that the pressure must come from, A, the time and also the challenge. So some things you must look at and go, I know what I can do here.
Well,
whereas some things require probably more of a deep dive, don't they?
Yeah, I think the problem is when you think it's going to go a certain way, but actually once you start it and it all falls apart and you have to change on the fly and you've still got to get it done in a certain period of time. But it's unique. This is a one-off. You will never find another piece that means this much.
The show's so important because there's a commonality. If everyone's got something that means something to them.
Yeah.
And you go on the journey with you guys, you go on the journey with the people that are waiting for it.
Let's have a look.
What's actually wrong with these scales?
There's pieces missing of the wood.
OK.
In this wee drawer here, there's a wee box in here with all wee tiny, tiny weights in it.
Intrigued.
Does
it open the drawer?
And it's stuck.
That is really jammed in there.
Nasty.
This is really teasing me now.
You're going to have to relax.
Because I want to see these weights, because they must be so minuscule.
They are. It'd be fantastic to see it actually weighing something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. I can't wait to get started on it, actually.
And get the drawer open.
And get the drawer open.
That's the thing, yeah, I know.
Oh, I can't wait for this new series. It's really exciting. We should ask for some tips, really. Susie, obviously, I've got this lovely leather sofa at home. Have you got any tips on leather, keeping it nice?
Well, definitely when you buy something of leather, you need to find out what it is that you've bought and ask either the shop or the company how to look after it, because they'll often have products specifically for that piece. And then make sure it's kept dry, make sure it's not exposed to the sunshine, which leather furniture can. And if it does get any contaminant on it, quickly know what to do. And the company should have forewarned you, what to do.
Nice.
And what about you, Steve? What about watches and clocks? What would be your top tips?
Get them regularly serviced, because they're like any mechanical thing. You wouldn't drive a car for forever without having it serviced.
Yeah.
And I would say one of the big things that I get in my own workshop is people that spray a lubricant into the mechanism of a clock, which is the worst thing ever. Please don't be tempted to do that. There are right and wrong places to oil. And if you're not mechanically minded, don't even think about taking a clock or watch apart, because you will cause more damage than good.
Steve, Susie, thank you so much.
Returns tomorrow at 8 p.m. BBC One, the iPlayer. Susie and Steve, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Greg, Wallace and John Torode. It's so great to have you with us.
I love those clips.
What does it feel like watching it 20 years?
It's like looking at old holiday snaps to me. It's like...
that's right, isn't it? I mean, the funny thing, because we sort of see a series, but actually looking back at all the little bits, and look, one with age, things have changed, food's changed, but all the experiences and the smiles and the laughter and, you know, just it's encouraging and fun. Yeah, it is. It's great.
It is lovely to watch yourself back. Do you ever watch yourself back, Greg?
Yeah, well, they said so in the papers. They said I watched every episode, which isn't true. I've watched some to see which clothes work better and which ones.
And what works better for you?
Whatever hides me belly.
Oh, you haven't got a belly.
Whatever covers me belly up. No, but I want to know what the directors are on about when they say, could you do this, can you do that? So you watch back, because you want a better understanding of what they do.
Let's go way back then. When it first started, was it pitched to you? Did you have to audition for it? And did you guys know each other beforehand? Yeah, so we knew each other in 1991. We met in a restaurant called Sydney Street. Greg was a greengrocer, and I wanted coriander with a root on it to make Thai food. Greg found it, became the greengrocer forever. So we've known each other for a really, really long time. Wow. And then I was pitched this programme, which was a reinvention of MasterChef, going around shopping centres, people bringing in plates of food and us tasting them and seeing what they were like. And that was the original format. That was what was going to happen.
Right. So when did it get changed to this competition?
Well, then Greg came on, and then it all sort of just changed and moved on and moved on and moved on.
Well, my agent said, get down to... There's this company called Shine. They're making a food programme. They're looking to see you. And they just said, tell me about food, which I did. And they said, right, we're going to be remaking MasterChef. They said, we've got a chef. We want someone else. I said, who's the chef? They went, you won't know him. I went, who is he? He said, oh, he's an Australian bloke called John Turone. They went, do you know him? I went, he's been buying fruit and veg off me for about a decade. I know him really, really well, yeah. So they put us both together and we were comfortable with each other, and consequently, that was 20 years ago.
So I suppose what's happened, because we knew each other so well, there's that sort of... We've got our own knowledge, and there's a respect for that knowledge. Yeah. And, you know, being around... I mean, Greg has probably eaten in more restaurants in London than any person that I've ever met. I mean, he was eating out all the time when he was supplying fruit and veg. But there's that sort of great knowledge of food and love of food, and sort of me being in the kitchens, that sort of... When that duo comes together, it just worked, and it was great. And we have fun doing it.
And it's the show itself has become bigger than both of you put together, really. It's got an entity of itself, but the show wouldn't be the show without you two, would it?
Oh, that's very kind of you.
It's true, though.
It's very kind. We've got a 20th birthday celebration coming up when John's running the kitchen, and we got black tie. We got all the previous winners and finalists.
Oh, nice.
And they asked me to do a talk. 5 minutes they gave me to prepare, and I said this was never about me and John. It was always about you lot, and it was. It's always about the contestants.
You think this show's like launch careers, launch businesses, probably responsible for a lot of jobs related to those businesses. It's probably altered the food scene, really. What's evolved in terms of the show itself, but also how has food evolved in the last 20 years? Well, I think very much so. It's become egalitarian. You know, it's no longer just about having to dress up and go to a restaurant. You know, and now we're seeing the advent of, you know, whether it be fast food or whether it be, you know, chain restaurants, whatever. But actually, to go out and eat becomes a normal part of life. To go and cook something at home becomes a normal part of life. But people are fascinated by food, by travel, and by people. And realistically, those three things actually happen within MasterChef. You know, you've got people with personality, you've got food, which is ever-changing, and we travel, and the food, of course, is about people travelling the world and their own experiences. Yeah. But for me, one of the most wonderful things with MasterChef has been this sort of pride of heritage. Britain is an extraordinary multicultural country, which you're so lucky to go and eat the most amazing food from everywhere in the world. But people are coming in really proud of their heritage, saying, I grew up in Britain, but this is what we ate at home. I'm bringing the two together. Yeah. Or I'm bringing three things together. Multicultural, also multi-regional as well. So what you'll eat from generation to generation in Cornwall will be totally different for you in East Anglia, you know?
Well,
I love that about it.
I was talking to... I've got Welsh mates, and they thought... Do you know what curry half and half is?
No.
No, because you're not Welsh.
Oh, is it half chips, half curry?
It's half chips, half rice. With curry sauce. And Welsh people think that's everywhere. But it isn't. No, everybody's got their own regional.
It sounds great.
Yeah,
sounds really, really
double carb and curry sauce. What's not to like?
So the 20th series is coming up. Obviously, there's been a lot of rumours whether or not this is the last one. We're really hoping it's not, and obviously, we want you to put these rumours to bed. With this, is this going to be the last series?
Alison, stop it. Stop it. There's not April Fool's Day. There's not breaking any vases here. Don't even start on this one. But anyway, we are, you know, the great thing is it is on BBC One. It's always on BBC One. It's on again tonight. There's a quarter-final night, 6 extraordinary cooks going through, finding it out. And then we're back on now for the next 7 weeks. No. BBC One. And, of course, you can catch up on iPlayer.
You should be a politician.
He's not answering the question.
No, it's definitely not the last one.
I knew it would be. Definitely. We're not doing an Ant and Deck at the end of Saturday Night Takeaway.
I mean, I know you don't do what you used to, but how's the fruit and veg scene must be totally different to what it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, when I first started, the only restaurants were posh ones.
Yeah.
And where the waiters used to make you feel uncomfortable, and we would all struggle to understand the wine list. But now it's not like that anymore. It's a real open, egalitarian scene, as John said. But also the explosion in fruit and veg. When I was supplying restaurants with fruit and veg, vegetarians used to have to hide in basements in Soho.
Yeah.
Why? Because they were the only places you could get veg-only dishes. Now, there is not a single restaurant that won't have at least 2 or 3.
And vegan.
Veg and vegan dishes. An explosion in veg, which is great.
But also, the other thing, the really massive change, I think, also for MasterChef has been the advent of the internet. Because you can find how to do absolutely anything. And there was this guy, and he was doing this outside challenge in a tent, and he had 10 sides of salmon to clean. And he got his hand with a rubber glove, and started skinning the salmon with his hand.
What?
And took the skin off. I was like, how'd you get that? He went, internet. There's all these little tips and tricks everywhere. So we're seeing people doing things. But, I mean, this series, like even last night, or on Wednesday night, we got kaltasha, which is a dumpling. We've got panucos, which are this sort of little disc. I mean, there's all sorts of amazing new food that we've never seen before.
You're so right, because I love cooking from a recipe book, but every now and again I go, I'm not sure how to do that. And once again, I just get the computer or the phone out. And it's there. Listen, lads, congratulations on the series.
We've got it, MasterChef, tonight on the BBC One at 7:30 p.m.
And then 3 times next week, and then next couple of
weeks. It won't be the last series. Thank you, Greg.
Not exclusive. Now, Billy Crudup has flown across the pond for his West End debut in a brand-new one-man show that sees him play an incredible 19 characters. Billy joins us now. Good morning, Billy.
Good morning.
You should be asleep. You shouldn't be on this.
That's what I said.
Terrible.
I know. In fact, I'm not used to being in an environment like this and not standing over in the corner judging.
Yeah.
It's really strange, to be here.
Do you feel like at home, and is it like looking at like a black Jennifer Aniston right now?
Well, I'd be having a talk with you about your attitude if that was the case. And I'd be in a sweet suit, not in my own dumpy clothes.
No, we are going to talk about your show, but seriously, did you ever think it was going to be such a big success, the morning show?
You know, having been in the business for a while, it's unpredictable when anything catches people's attention. You don't know why it's going to catch their attention, when it catches their attention. So to be able to play a character like this that's so much fun, so exhilarating, and have people enjoy it is just, it's a dream come true. You know, in your mid-50s, you don't expect it, so it's great.
So nice. Aww. So I can't believe it's your West End debut. Like, you're a theatre, you love the theatre.
I have been coming to London for 30 years to see theatre. This is just like a heaven to me.
So this is a love of yours?
It is absolutely. I've been going to theatre. My mom started dragging me to Broadway shows when I was 6 or 7.
So nice that she did.
You know, it was fantastic, and I've always had an incredible affection for that experience. Communing with my fellow theatre goers about, you know, a piece that works or doesn't work or what it's about. It's just a part of my life.
Do you remember the first show you saw, like the one that properly entranced you when you were a kid?
Wow, that's what... you know, I can remember one of the first shows I saw when I came to see theatre here. This was maybe 20 years ago. It was a production of Caucasian Chalk Circle that was directed by Simon McBurney. He had a theatre company called Complicité, and it was absolutely extraordinary. When you go back to, like, when I saw theatre in New York, I saw Fences with James Earl Jones, and some Brighton Beach Memoirs with Matthew Broderick, who's on the West End now doing a show. So it's really exciting for me to be in the West End while he's doing a show not too far away, because you know, he was a hero of mine.
But how stressful is it having a
awful.
Man show? Like, you literally
it's awful. I'm already thinking about tonight. You're freaking me out. You know, I go through the whole play. I've done it several times now. We did it 6 years ago in New York, and we did it at the theater that I first did a play in New York, a beautiful theater called the Vineyard Theater. It's 150 seats, and it was an experimental kind of production, and mostly that 5-week run, I just tried not to cry the whole time because it was so intimidating and so scary.
Really?
Well, as you get older, your memory doesn't work quite as well as it did when you were younger. So I found actually during the first week, I went up. I couldn't remember my line, and I called for line, but we didn't have any system set in place for line. So from the booth, I hear the stage manager go, and I thought, oh, well, I guess I'm on my own here for a while. So that's part of the excitement, too, of coming to see it, is you see someone try to bring this story to life in front of you, knowing that there's no net.
So what is this? It's 19 characters, one-man show. It's by David Cale. What's the storyline?
Well, David had this idea. He's been doing solo performances for years in New York, almost 30 years. And so he had this idea that he wanted to write a thriller. He's actually from England, but he's been living in New York for a while. So in his thriller, he was going to dupe all of his fans that he was not actually from England, that he was from middle of America, and he just wanted to put on an English accent. So this is what this story is about. A young man in Indiana, 8, 9, starts to adopt a British accent just because it feels more like home. He's never been to England. He doesn't know anything about British accents. And his father treats him very poorly. And so this alter ego, who's a sort of London tough guy, comes out of him as well to kind of save him. So, but they're all adopted accents from things that he thinks
so is it
he
kind of
saw
Walter
on
Mitty
TV.
meets talented Mr. Ripley? I mean, is that...
Yeah, precisely. So then what he discovers while he's doing this accent is Americans are completely infatuated with all of you all in the way that you speak. So he starts off with an English accent when his parents die, when he moves to New York, and it turns out people really liked it. And so he kind of involves himself with his whole family with this tough guy accent who's got tons of confidence, Harry Clark is his name, and he brings out sides of them that they're waiting to be exposed, and because he's free and open, as Philip imagines all London people are.
Oh, wow.
Wide open, ready for love. You know, that's the way he lives his life. And so what he discovers is the Americans are like, oh, that's cool. We want to hear more of that. So he becomes involved with that family.
How did you find the accent? Because obviously you're married to Naomi Watts. Did she help you? Did she coach you?
Well, the fact is, one of the conceits of the play is the character has never really been to England. So he doesn't, they're kind of show accents, you know. They're not
chitty, chitty, bang,
accurate. A lot of chitty, chitty, bang, bang. A lot of early Michael Caine, yes, precisely. All of those things. You know, there were thrillers in the 70s, 60s, 70s, Dirk Bogarde and James Mason and stuff, and those were the kinds of things that he loved. So it's all very arch, you know, the way that he speaks.
You said your son's a very good mimic, is that right?
My son's a phenomenal mimic. Any Eastern European accent he gets like that. I can barely do my own accent. I don't know the way that I'm speaking. I've lived in Texas and North Carolina and Florida, and I try to mimic the people around me to fit in.
Didn't Jennifer Anderson come and see you?
She did. This is why I'm in the morning show, really. She came and saw it, and she said, well, we've got a bunch of different characters in this. Would you read it and see if there's anything you like? And there was this one weirdo, and I said, he's interesting. And so some of the other producers were like, well, he's supposed to be a little younger. And somebody maybe who's working
now. I can do younger.
And I was like, yeah, give me a dye job. I'll show you, what do you need here? A little something.
So she was literally your casting director?
She absolutely was. And even, you know, at a certain point, they were like, I'm sorry, you know, you're just too young for it. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I guess they couldn't find anybody else. Like, flew me out to L.A. And they were like, well, if you insist. And I was like, I do insist. I've got this guy. Trust me. Let me have him. He's like a New York City angler.
Projects? You love to go a little bit of theatre and probably get immersed in it.
That's the way I've always...
Put yourself through the torture and then...
Well, I've imagined myself as an actor. And when I went to acting school, they sort of instilled in you the belief that you had to be as versatile as possible because careers come and go and there's wherever you can find the light.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, at a certain point in my career, the best parts that I was getting was in the theater. You know, I got to originate American productions of Tom Stoppard and Martin McDonough. I did The Elephant Man on Broadway.
Wow.
And, you know, how do I turn down... I was just talking with one of my co-stars on something else I'm working on, and he said, what did you do after Almost Famous? And I said, I did The Elephant Man on Broadway. And he was like, well, weren't your agents pissed? And I was like, yes, they were really pissed. But what was a better part than that? You know, that's an incredible way to explore new features of yourself as an actor. And so I've always tried to take, as long as I could make my rent, I've always tried to take as many creative choices as I could.
Fantastic.
Billy, we don't say that word in England.
Rent?
No, the other one that you said.
Choices?
So apologies for Billy's colourful language. I know you can say it in America.
What did I say?
The one with the P.
P to the I to the S to the S.
We don't say that.
Oh,
That's not
really?
Let's not labour the point anymore.
Wait, is that when you're drunk? Is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what I meant was irritated. I meant unusually irritated. It's my accent.
Exactly.
I said irritated.
Exactly.
You might have heard something else.
Let's see one of Billy's 19 characters, all profanities included.
Yeah, I thought I might have said another word.
Harry Clark at the Ambassador's Theatre, lovely theatre as well in London.
Till May 11th.
I'm coming to see it.
Come and see it. I'll entertain you for an hour and 20 minutes, I promise.
We can't wait, Billy.
Somebody will give your money back if you don't like it.
She spiced up our lives, but this Sunday things are about to get actually scary for Mel B.
And spicier, if we're honest with you. Now, Mel is going up against some really tough competition.
Yeah.
As she enters the tent for the great celebrity bake-off for Stand Up to Cancer. Let's take a look.
I thought I was meant to dough it up and
not
then
bread.
cut it.
Biscuits, isn't it?
You've got to scoop that out, shape it into a ball, cling film it and pop it in the fridge.
Oh, you see, you make it sound so easy.
Good luck. Thanks, ma'am.
I've never seen you, like, out of your comfort zone.
Completely out of my comfort zone, but that's the reason why I'm doing it.
Just know who you are, Mel. I'm the M to the ELB. You know me. Yes! Yes, Mel!
Nothing's happening with this.
You can't handle the proof.
Have you taken yours out yet?
Yeah, mine just came out. I just think you've got to go for it sometime, haven't you?
Yeah, but you don't want to do that too soon.
And Mel B herself joins us now.
That was literally what it was like for 2 days, her just going, you don't want to be doing that. What are you doing now?
You know why? Because I'm not a baker, clearly.
You know.
So the whole point of me doing it was for the Stand Up to Cancer, but then when I got there, then it dawned on me, actually, you have to be able to cook something or bake something.
Well, the thing is...
Whereas you, teacher's pet, you were already there, and I'm sure you're a sous chef or you've worked in a restaurant before.
No, he weren't that good.
No, he was.
Well, I have worked
No, he was. See? And then he's pretending, oh, this is the first time I've done this.
Tell you what, though, it is stressful, isn't it? Because...
You didn't get stressed because...
Or
you were pretending to be stressed because you knew exactly what you were doing.
Once again, this is what it was like.
Exactly
whole
And I was trying to ask you for help.
by the person in front of me.
I was a damsel in distress trying to ask you for help and you were just fobbing me off.
We were making 2 different recipes.
Listen,
you could have helped me.
I was saying I don't know, and you were going, you're a liar, you are.
Yeah.
I was like, how am I a liar? I don't know what you're making.
You were trying to sabotage my Nvidian... What was it, Nvidian? What did I bake? A big...
Once again,
a big cookie thing. And you tasted it, Alison. Let me just tell you, everybody listening and watching out there, I actually did bake something really, really special.
It was beautiful.
And it had spice, Nvidian rum in it.
The things you did, the ones the first day, they were really nice.
See, you can't even remember. I remember...
No, I'm not allowed to say what they are.
Oh.
But... the rum was appreciated.
Yeah, so my tactic was, if everybody's a bit jolly on some rum, maybe all yours lots will burn.
Yeah, but it ended up that you drank it all to yourself. You didn't even share that
just
rum.
half of it, not all of it.
It was lovely.
Did you enjoy your experience, though?
I actually came away and thought, you know what, it is a nice environment. It is a bit stressful.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's a TV show.
Nice
we want
vibe,
to kind of make it happy and good, and that's where I came in. Because I made it happy.
You did. You brought the lols. You really did.
And he made it really good because his precision... Oh, my gosh. Dermot's precision. It was like you were on, like, A-level math test or something.
Should we have a look at Dermot at work?
He's taking it too seriously.
Let's have a look.
Honestly.
Am I allowed to go and talk to you? Because I was really looking forward to meeting you.
Yes, and
I she'll be great, Bants. You haven't said anything.
I'm just saying, like, why are the others just messing about and talking when they could be baking?
Why are they having a good time?
Dermot does do that. He comes over and distracts you. It's a Dermot ploy. What are you doing there? Hey, buddy, you doing that? You ready to go? Let's go.
It's not a ploy, I just like
you
talking
see, they
to
showed you in a really good light there. Because you were, like, nice and talking.
It's like this.
The reality of the fact was, he was like this. I am going to make this so perfect. I'm going to measure this side. And then, like a piece of art, everything you made, it was spectacular and beautiful.
Yeah, but do you know why that was the case?
Here's my take.
Because he got help.
Do you know why that was the case?
Here's my take on Bake Off, is when you go in there, and of course, like, you're in a competition, you want to try, but...
Oh, there's trying and there's,
But you
like,
go in
going
there,
above
and there's
beyond.
a whole team, like home economics and there's people like that, and there's a whole camera crew and stuff, and then the pressure of it, you properly
You see, you're boycotting really what you truly did. You nailed it, you were perfection, and then you pretended you were a bit stressed.
I was stressed.
He was stressed. To be fair,
Alison, you saw him.
No, leading up to him, I saw him beforehand, and he was really stressed. And when
but did you see what he produced? It was like a work of art. It was beautiful.
It was
didn't taste very good, but I mean, on looks alone.
You need to tune in on Sunday because it's so good. But you had more. It was for Stand Up to Cancer, and you had a very personal story.
Yeah, well, my dad passed away from cancer, so that was my initial thing of yes, let me do it. Because he also, you know, when my dad died, I then went back to LA and left my then not very nice abusive relationship. Yeah. So he gave me the strength to kind of carry on. He didn't give me the strength to cook that good, but I got Navidian rum, which apparently, you know, it's got an acquired taste.
I liked
it. Both remember
but your whole
yes.
one of your bakes was sort of inspired by your father, wasn't it? It was really nice.
Yeah, because I thought if I just put enough Nevis rum in it, it'll pass.
But they
and apparently it did pass the test.
They absolutely loved it. And I love the fact that you brought your heritage into your bakes. That was really lovely.
And I did try to do the Navidian flag, but that went wrong. It just looked like I'd...
No, it looked
like a bit of graffiti.
You had the colours going on. It was
Did
nice.
you get the handshake?
I don't know. Did you get a handshake?
Might.
You have to watch it on Sunday. Watch it on Sunday and you'll see whether or not you got the handshake or whether it was Mel who got the handshake.
Well, I clearly didn't get the handshake. Teacher's pet.
You the questions. Are you getting married at St Paul's Cathedral?
Yeah. Yeah, I can say that, yeah.
Great.
Oh, do you know what? I'm so glad that you found love in your life. It must be such a lovely feeling.
Well, I didn't think, you know, it was ever going to be possible because where I've come from, you know, I've got a lot of, like, PTSD. I've written a book about it, brutally honest. You can go and get it right now.
Your book is sensational, to be fair. It's a brilliant book.
Yeah, it's a very good account of what a survivor goes through. And I've just added three new chapters. But
so
yeah.
Is it like the first book, but you've just changed it?
Added,
because I've read the first book.
Because since when did I bring it out? 2016 to 2024, lots happened. I've got my MBE for spreading awareness, you know, for domestic violence. I'm engaged to be married. I've just bought a house, which I didn't think it was going to be possible. I just moved in 2 days ago. Well, I say Rory moved us in.
He's done it all.
Because I just happened to be away working in New York.
There you go. Then you know it's a keeper.
It's called teamwork.
But when you have an honour, it means you can get married in St Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah.
So if you made the call and got
well, you know, it is a process that you've got to go through because I have been married and divorced twice before.
Right.
And I really actually appreciate the process because they ask you, why do you want to get married again? And, you know, under God's name and, you know... So it's kind of, you've got to think to yourself, well, why do I want to get married again? Well, it's because I actually have found a good guy and somebody who really respects me and is kind, really, really hot and lovely. I didn't think that existed. Huh?
We'll pack up my boxes and move me in.
Yeah, he helped move me in. Well, us in? What am I talking about? Don't twist my words, Dermot. See, this is what he did.
Again,
all the time. All the time.
Can we talk about this Spice Girl reunion? Because everyone
wants nothing to say.
Well, you keep saying that there's going to be a Spice Girl.
I don't keep saying. I've just said it. I've said it, and then it got taken out of context, Alison.
And then all the other girls, they deny it.
Yeah, but they're being silly.
It's so dry at night.
They're just being silly. And that's all I'm saying.
But when you are together, it was like... I came to see you in Wembley, and it was just joyous, man.
A lot of fun up on that stage, let me tell you. And sometimes,
a lot of fun in the crowd.
you know, I'd come off stage, and I've been on stage for 2 hours, and it seems like a blur, because that is literally my happy place.
I also think you change. You change into another person, like... The Mal B that I see here is not the Mal B I see on stage. She's
you amp it up a bit, don't you?
It's fine.
But I'm still surrounded by leopard print and my girls, always. In fact, I really want to... Just reckon I can nick... Not nick.
Are you impressed?
Can I buy this sofa, Abby?
We literally upholstered this in the break.
Really special.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Do you feel left out, Dermot, because you haven't got any leopard print on?
I do now.
You didn't get the memo at all.
You are special.
There was a memo.
Doesn't care.
You are special. But Out of interest, I heard you got kicked out of the WhatsApp group as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm always
Girls.
getting... That always happens to me, yeah. Because I say things, you know, I get so excited when it comes to Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Because it is 30 years. And, you know, we've got a lot to celebrate. The fact that we're all still healthy and living life and all talking still. It's nice.
It is beautiful.
So I can't say anything else to get myself kicked out. Don't try, Alison.
When you look back, like, at that period, what are your memories? Do you have, like... Did they all blur? Because it was you did so much in such a short period of time.
On stage, it was a blur sometimes because I just get so excited. But thinking back to all the stuff that we did, you know, I mean, I've got diaries where, like, Emma's written in it, Mel C. Nobody's ever going to see it, by the way. Where I look at it and we just landed in Japan. We got our #1, and it takes me right back there. You know, there's certain things that we've done together as a group that you can't really explain it because it happened to us 5 and it was just extraordinary.
I love the fact that you wrote diaries. That's so lovely.
I did. I was a bit, you know, I want to make sure that I remembered
That's so
everything.
lovely.
It's just living in that moment, I suppose, isn't it? And you did so much in, like, you know, you think... When you look back at it, you guys were together for a lot longer than you were, but you weren't, were you?
2-3 years. Why are you trying to bring it down, Dermot?
Well, no, I'm just saying you just...
Don't try and bring the vibe down,
You got
Dermot.
so much in such a short period of time.
Dermot, we were together forever and we are still together.
You are together. What
Yeah.
does your kids think about the fact that they've got a Spice Girl mummy?
I think my 3 kids just think, well, you're mum, and I'm constantly telling them to tidy their room, load up the dishes.
What about the reaction when they see other people react to you? Do they? And
Angel finds it hysterical.
Does she?
Madison just giggles. I think I was in Australia and I didn't play my music. My music happened to be playing in the hotel radio. And I said, who do you think this is, kids? And they were like, I don't know.
What song was it?
It was a Spice Girls song.
So
And then I said, oh,
did
this is one of Mummy's songs. They were like, really? I was like, yeah. And you will listen to it again and again, and I'm going to quiz you, and you're going to learn the lyrics.
You're now going to get stuck in the lift. Listen, great Celebrity Bake Off.
You two are very relaxed. They're very good,
this
aren't
Sunday,
they?
Channel
very good
4,
at doing this.
7:40.
Very good. So do you.
Good to see you.
It's an ordeal, but I still love
Group hug.
Carl McLaughlin joins us now.
Oh, my Lord.
I love your question. So is it on top of the world or underneath?
Yeah, where are...
That's a great first question.
I don't know what's going on.
Where are we?
On, Kyle?
Oh, my
are they
God.
underground? Are they
I wish
on top
I
of the
knew.
ground?
Well, there's 2 areas, yes. We are in the vault for parts of that, underground, deep underground, and then part of it is spent on top of the surface, where there's been an apocalyptic event, and it's 200 years later, and we come to the surface and we see all sorts of crazy stuff.
So it's really cool. So at the very start, you see this kind of 1950s kind of American...
Yeah, kind of future retro vibe.
But just sort of like... And then, it basically, there's just explosions everywhere, and then it's like, was it 217 years later?
Yeah, we're
and then
jumping to the future.
So everyone's been living underground.
Yeah.
And Carl's in charge of one of the kind of the subsections.
Exactly right.
I don't know why I'm getting some...
Governor. No, it's actually, you got it. It's very good.
I watched it last night, I really enjoyed it.
You paid attention.
Tell us about Hank, because his character's quite mysterious, isn't he?
Yeah, so Hank is what's called the overseer. I'm the overseer of Vault 33.
Yeah.
Basically the governor, if you will, and he's in charge of his community, really.
So he takes care of his vault.
Takes care of his vault. He takes care of his vault in a beautiful way. And as you can see from the clip, things happen. And their entire world is turned upside down, and they have to go to the surface of the planet, which they've been told for centuries is not a place you want to go. So that's where we start.
And your daughter is kind of the... Well, certainly from the first episode, what I've seen is the girl plays she's the kind of protagonist has to go and rescue you in it.
Yeah, she comes out from the vault, never before having experienced that, heard horror stories about what's on the surface, not far from the truth, actually.
Yeah.
Played by the lovely Ella Purnell.
Yeah, she's great.
She is so delightful, plays my daughter. And yeah, we basically follow her journey.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I know about Fallout because Fallout is what my son is playing on the games all the time.
Yes,
so it's literally taken from that. Did you know much about Fallout before you did the film?
I was Fallout. I had no idea. I was incapable of knowing. My son knew about it, and also his cousins knew about it, and they sort of helped bring me up to speed. Explained a little bit about it. I tried to play, in an effort to understand this world, and I failed horribly. Died within the first 5 seconds, and I was like, this game is not.
But they're beautiful games. They're kind of really immersive games. Like the whole, these guys are artists. They build a whole world that you can get properly immersed in. The story, and there's like Fallout's 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It's really. I've played them. It's really good. Huge
franchise, and as you said, immersive is a great word for the game.
Yeah.
So what was the draw for you? Was it Jonathan Nolan working with him, maybe?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a fan of Jonah, as he goes by, is our creative director and creator of this. I was such a huge fan of Westworld.
So good, wasn't it?
And I love that so much. So really excited to jump into this journey with him. And I knew some of the creatives. One of the writers, Graham Wagner, is a friend of mine as well. We worked together on Portlandia back in the day. Graham is super, super guy. So, between those things, the cast, the role, I said, I'm in. This is perfect.
Any stunts?
None that I wish to talk about. I'm at the age now where stunts are challenging. Wake up in the morning. I usually hurt myself if I do the stunt.
So, bring in my stunt man.
Yeah, I bring in someone else. I have to sip a coffee. Bring in my stunt man. I can't drink this coffee. No.
So, and we have to talk about, I guess, kind of a return to sci-fi. I guess that we talk about June, of course, the first
original,
June you were in, and working with David Lynch because, he's anyone that grew up watching cinema in the 80s, you're always drawn to this incredible art house director. Yeah. He was so good.
Oh, David's wonderful.
What's he like to work with?
He is just the greatest. We've done so many things together, starting with Dune and then Blue Velvet and, of course, Twin Peaks, that franchise. He is a good friend. He is one of the most creative people that I know. He's always doing something interesting. And he just has a great kindness about him. And the environment he creates on the set when we work together is just the most special place. And we have a lot of fun.
But Twin Peaks, I don't know what it was like in the States, but over here, this is from a time when we only really had 4 channels.
Right.
So,
I believe there was a time like that.
Right.
I know.
So
my Lord.
Everyone watched Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And you were sort of entranced by it, terrified of it.
It's unbelievable.
It really, and it was so kind of brilliant because it was kind of a bit art house, but also you had the whole country watching.
Yeah.
And
that's a great summation. I mean, I think part of the appeal was the fact that we hadn't seen anything like this before, primarily because you're taking a filmmaker like a David Lynch and bringing him to television, which was new for the time. And it sort of set the ball rolling for other possibilities.
That's such a good point.
I always wonder, as actors, do you actually know what's going on?
I do not know what's going on. I don't know what's happening right now, in fact. Good Lord, I've got severe jet lag. I have no idea where I am. What's happening?
I'll never forget that last episode of Twin Peaks. My parents had gone out and I couldn't wait to see it because it was a big thing. And I remember we videoed VHS, we watched it, and so I watched it in a darkened room.
Oh dear.
And your thing at the end, I was like, I'm not going to bed now. I've never been more scared in my entire life. It was so good.
And what about Sex in the City? Would you think that they should bring back Trey?
Oh my gosh, Trey could come back for sure. I really enjoyed my time on that show.
Oh,
it was a lot of fun working with Kristen Davis and Frances Sternhagen, who played Bunny, of course. I always felt that Bunny and Trey should have their own show, and we just call it the Bunny and Trey Show. And you just didn't know from moment to moment what was going to happen. Upper East Side apartment, having baths.
So good.
Have you watched
cigarettes.
Have you watched the new Dune, the one?
I've watched the first one, which I really enjoyed. I love the book so much. I love that story. So it was another opportunity to see a different take on that story.
Do you get nervous that you don't want it to be ruined in any way?
Well, I was nervous going in. I thought, oh gosh, this is going to sort of set the tone now. This will be the new Dune. But I said, actually, no. I see our Dune and the new Dune can coexist quite comfortably. I think, because the interpretation is different.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it special.
Such a huge tome as well. It's such a massive piece of work. It's I guess you compare it to what Game of Thrones would be now in terms of the book. I mean, the book was just, and then the adaptation was so kind of, you've got to be so layered, and because Sting was in that movie, wasn't he?
Sting was in the movie, of course. Yeah, we remain friends to this day, even though I had to kill him. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to die.
And before we let you go, because the whole thing is here, isn't it? You've got
everything. Yeah, we're working in the centre. Wonderful. Yeah, it's great.
I love McLaughlin Towers today.
This is what it is.
How's the wine going? Because you do.
Well, the wine is good, Dermot. Thank you for asking. So I have a wine company in Washington State.
And did you bring us any?
Oh,
Any joking?
I failed in my mission.
Very thirsty.
Very, very bad. No, I have since 2005.
How's
I've been
it going?
making wine. It's going really, really well. In fact, I've got distribution here in the UK, and we have a lot of the wine at Hawksmoor.
The steakhouse.
Put a plug in there for the steakhouse. Because it's a big red wine.
What's the background to that? Was it you grew up in Washington State?
I did. I grew up in Yakima, eastern Washington. Washington is 2 states. The east side is kind of more like the wasteland in Fallout. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding if you're watching from Washington. But it's much drier, very perfect climate for grapes. And so we make big, rich red wine on the east side.
We couldn't have you on, and it's such an honour to have you on. We couldn't have you on without providing you with a little bit of
Can we just say that this is actually from Dermot's winery in the States?
I had no idea.
This is really...
not my winery, but my...
Whoa, what are you doing here?
Yeah. So we just got...
But this is from Dermot, and obviously I'm just getting in on it. And
absolutely, absolutely.
But it's really from Dermot. You're so brave to give wine to someone who sells wine.
Look at this. This is a proper bottle. Thank you very much. From Saint-Million, you make it Saint-Million. Oh, wow. Which I visited Bordeaux last summer for the first time.
I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, this is so kind of you.
Let it breathe.
Let's open it right now.
Thank you.
Enjoy. So lovely to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for this.
Fallout premieres on Prime Video on the 11th of April.
You guys are good.
We always do the promo together. Resonant stereo.
Love it.
Daniel joins us now. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
I've just told you, but I've never laughed so much alone on my own watching a series than watching The Gentleman. If you've not seen it, seriously, it's one of the best. How much fun did you have filming it? And I heard you actually met Guy Ritchie for the first time in a chicken suit.
That's right, yeah. Well, they brought me down to set on my first day. I was looking at the schedule going like, this is a bit weird, like this scene in the middle of the day. And in retrospect, I think it was a last opportunity for him to sort of cast an eye over me, give me the once-over. So they put me in the chicken suit, take me around to he's got this amazing sort of vintage Airstream trailer. Someone knocks on the door. The door opens, like a plume of incense smoke comes out, and he's in there playing, you know, that steel guitar on the cover of the Dire Straits?
Yes.
Like strumming one of those. And for some unknown reason, it was already, I'm like, all right.
Cool as well.
Yeah. And then I don't know what possessed me. I guess I knew I would be here one day telling this story, but something inside me said I should say something funny, and I just said, did someone order a massive cock roll?
Very good.
And he just sort of, like, I could see his eyes darken, and he just went, yeah, you're in great shape, kid. You're in great shape.
Great shape,
You're in great shape.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So was that your first scene?
No, that was my first time meeting him, because we hadn't sort of
But
met
why was you
up
in the chicken outfit?
Well, that's what I mean. They just brought me down to say, I don't know. I think it was just sort of parade me in the chicken suit and give them one last chance to find me.
Like, the chicken suit is obviously iconic, and if you haven't seen it yet, the chicken scene is iconic. But the rest of your style's pretty on point. Like, you've got some great outfits.
Yeah.
Banging outfits, yeah.
It's such a great part, Freddie, because you are the kind of the man-child of this kind of this minor aristocratic family, right? So. But you should be inheriting everything, and you get passed over because you come with your issues, and then basically it seems to be like a lot of the plot lines are centred around your actions, I suppose, and then tidying up around you.
Yeah, I suppose particularly in the early parts of the series, I guess it's this idea of a guy who's just born into ultimate privilege, and you know. There's no better way of displaying that than, like, he'll walk around in his jimmy jammies with his flat cap on backwards, just assuming that he's going to inherit this dukedom.
Yeah.
It's been ordained since, you know, this has never happened before.
It's the law.
It's the law. It's primogenital is what it is. And, you know, and so the moment that rug is pulled out from underneath him, sort of chaos ensues. And I think it's fun to see someone stripped bare in that way. Not literally, although, you know, close at points.
Almost.
Can I just ask, is that scene where you slipped in the chicken, was that real and they kept it in?
That's right, yeah.
I thought so.
I know, it was the first one. I was psyching myself up because I'd sort of... The way Guy Ritchie works is like, he'll pretty much give you, like, the beginning and end of a scene, and then what happens in the middle,
So you really slipped and you thought, do you know what, I'm just going to keep that in? Because you remained in character and carried on.
Well, they called cut, annoyingly, and we were all like, no! That was... Yeah, but they managed to keep it in. I'm glad that they did.
It was so good.
Hang on, so the start and the end of the scene is structured. So what about the middle? So are there lines in the middle of this?
Sometimes, and then sometimes, you know, you come into work...
Give you a couple of notes and you'll go, be a bit annoyed or...
Exactly, yeah. You're going to need to say something to make him terrified, and then I kind of, like, say something and he goes, no, that's rubbish, something else. And you just rattle through a couple of options and then sometimes...
That wouldn't suit everyone, I suppose, right?
It wouldn't, but you kind of get used to it. People were saying to us, like, don't learn your lines. Everyone who'd worked with him before, don't learn your lines.
Really?
It'll just screw you up.
But
and I was like, I can't do that. And then, you know, a weekend, I was like, OK, I'm not learning
anything.
And then every now and again, he wouldn't change a word.
Yeah.
And you're all in the corner like,
I don't know the line.
Oh, good God.
Learn the line!
Oh, no!
But you come from a contemporary theatre background anyway, so improvisation, spontaneous, you're used to that, right?
Well, that makes me sound much more impressive, highfalutin than is fair. I did do a contemporary theatre degree at Lancaster University, which was like... I thought contemporary theatre was going to be, you know, a Royal Court, Donmar warehouse kind of vibes, and I turn up there and I'm like, oh no, this is like Dutch dance troops rolling around naked, like throwing feathers and blood at each other, or someone coming up to a microphone going,
sort of mid-century.
Yeah, totally. I was thinking like 80s, you know, in-your-face theatre. No. But you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
What is it like to be part of a series that's obviously got so much heat behind it? And I mean, everyone obviously, you know, knows the Guy Ritchie and his work. But there's something about this it feels very much like, you know, it's the show of the moment. And when you know, you're 38.
I'm 38.
You've been at it a while.
You're a big star now. You've hit it.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I see what you're saying. Say again, sorry. I totally...
Well, is it kind of lovely to be part of that? You know, you're doing a show that's a hit.
It is.
Now people are recognising you in the street. Is that kind of good?
It is.
Is it disconcerting? Is it?
It's disconcerting when, like, I've had, you know, walked past some builders who squawked chicken noises at me the other day. But then again, I think it kind of means that people are connecting with it. Do you know what I mean? It's because they've enjoyed it, and you always do this stuff because you want people to see it and you want people to enjoy it, and you always think it's gonna... everything you make is going to change the world and cure cancer, and then it comes out and you're like, all right, maybe that didn't pan out, that one.
Good cast as well.
Great cast,
You knew Theo James from drama school, did you?
I did. We'd been to drama school together.
So what was it like, just being back together again?
Well, it was cool. I knew, you know, I knew that he was a good guy, and he knew that I was an idiot, and that was some degree of self-comfort. It worked. Yeah, it was funny getting... The last time I'd seen him, I've told this story already, but it bears repeating. He was... I'd gone to a party at his house at drama school, and he... I was very pretentiously playing chess with someone I remember in the living room. And he came...
cap on backwards.
Yeah, exactly. In a kind of, like, in my head, like, probably in a smoking jacket, just, like, I don't know, quoting beat poetry or something. And he sort of came in and was like, oh, bit of chess, huh? OK, well, people will be arriving soon, guys. So, you know. Then, like, an hour later, he comes in more drunk, like, still playing chess. Guys, there's a party happening in here. Another hour passes and he comes back in, like, roaring drunk, just claps the chessboard together, tosses it across the room, and is like, stop playing chess! And then the next thing I see him is, like, everybody else is just, their faces up against the glass of the there's a sort of backyard, and Theo out in the garden just letting off fireworks from his hands. So he was...
Not a chess guy.
He was not a chess guy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. The Gentleman is available now on Netflix. Catch it. Thank you so much for
Thanks, guys.
Paradise is back for its second series. Two of its stars, Sally Bretton and Barbara Flynn, join us now.
Welcome, both of you. Thank you for coming on.
Hello, good morning.
For a second run, this is good. And it's been so successful as well. What do you think the secret is?
I don't know. I think we're all very jolly, and we have a puzzle every week, and Chris solves them absolutely brilliantly.
He does.
And we've got lovely scripts, and once or twice we go to work on a beach.
It's all right for some.
What can be worse?
Barbara, I mean, the series was on for umpteen series, and suddenly it relocates back to Cornwall, and
she thinks she's going to the Caribbean.
Well, it's not. I mean, it is of course connected, isn't it, Sally? But it's quite different. It is quite different.
I always wonder.
Got the same magic.
Yeah, it must have been lovely. Obviously, Sally, you did do the Caribbean.
Yeah.
For the first 2-3 weeks, is it wonderful? And then do you miss home?
No, because I was out there. I think I was only out there for about 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I didn't get any of the hurricanes, and I didn't get any of the bad weather. I think I just got it just at the most perfect time. So no, I didn't. I had an amazing time.
Oh, wonderful. Well, tell us what we've got in store, because I know your character had a bit of a rough time last time, but things are looking up for your character this year.
Yes, things are brighter for Martha. So we're following them on their journey to find out what family means for them. And so they're exploring fostering, and they're right at the beginning of that journey, and very nervous about it, and want it to go well, and want to be good at it, and they just have lots of love to give, and they're hoping they can put it there.
Oh, that's lovely. And Barbara, what about Anne? What's happening with Anne? Is she getting back on the dating scene?
Well, yes, after a long, unhappy marriage, yes. And I think she's coming to a bit after the death of her husband, and knowing she sees Martha and Humphrey very close, they're living in close proximity, she sees and maybe this... Anyway, she starts this dating, which is a completely foreign world for her, and she's completely lost, and if it weren't for a great deal of help with the pushing and the swiping and the whatever you have to do with Melina is a gorgeous girl who plays Zoe, and she comes in and she does instruct Anne in lots of language. And there's also a very wonderful person who works at the farm shop who's quite a goer, and she's instructing her as well. So she has a lot of information coming in, and she doesn't do lots of it. She just actually does 2, really. And but
what, she does 2 men?
No, she just
meets 2 men.
Two connections or whatever.
Yeah.
What are they called? Anyway,
we're not.
It's completely not my thing either.
Match 2 matches.
That's it. Strike, whatever. And she does actually eventually hook up on the second date with Richard, who is played by Peter Davison. And
I mean, you've got to be happy with that.
Well, I know. Well, Peter and I go way back. We go way back to Very Peculiar Practice.
How way back are we talking?
Well, there's a series. I was doing Beiderbecke and Very Peculiar Practice one year, and Very Peculiar Practice was written by Andrew Davis, and it was a very anarchic, wonderful thing about a medical practice, on a very poor medical practice on a university campus. And he played a very nervous young doctor who came in, and I played this very, very strong, incredibly powerful woman who had a very ambidextrous sex life, and she literally ruled. And he came in as the timid doctor. Oh, it's worth watching. and then I met him later on in something called Pat and Cabbage, where he played the stronger person, and I played the sort of a detective, but quite a shy person.
Oh, it's a lovely storyline, though, isn't it? That a lot of people resonate with, I think. That kind of, widow, like, the third act in life, and actually giving it another go.
Well, that's the thing about the series, isn't it? That it seems to... It touches on things that people can talk or don't really talk about, but need maybe to talk about.
Yeah.
And the series, everyone watches it.
But that's the great challenge. That's why it's so successful. That's a great challenge. You've got a murder mystery, basically, but you still care about these people. You tune in to watch every week.
I quite like the relationship between daughter and mother as well. Whether or not she comes to terms with the fact that she's dating.
I know.
Not with your father anymore.
I know, all of that. And she's very protective of her. And it's a new world, and she doesn't want her to be vulnerable. No. But at the same time... She does go on a journey with it. She's nervous at the beginning and becomes more accepting and more embracing. But it's a lot of, shifting of...
Well, with the first series, the IVF, the wanting to have a family, is really a sensitive thing, which is so beautifully handled. Well,
let's
hear. No, but absolutely. And now the fostering, it's really... and there is that sensitivity that is
Yeah.
written
Yeah.
for us, which is wonderful.
To watch it.
Let's take a look. We've got a
Let's
clip.
take a look.
You get on. Me and Zoe can cope. We don't want to be late. You sure? Positive. But we'll be back by 3. I've got a date tonight. Another one? I wasn't aware you were keeping count. He's picking me up at 7, so I'll be back by 3 so I can get ready. You need 4 hours? There's no point in even trying to explain it to you. Just wait until you're my age. All will become clear.
Love it. I love it.
When you were pitched the show, were you like, murder mystery, great, and then there's quite a lot of heavy subjects you've got.
I've heard about the show because we finished. I was Chris's exit storyline from, you know, the Caribbean, and then we were in the first lockdown, and the phone rang, and they said we're thinking about their life afterwards, set in Cornwall. I was like, oh my God!
Love it.
Even if it doesn't happen, it's like 3 weeks of just thinking about that while the world had stopped. You know. It was nice to have stuff to get your teeth stuck into.
Yeah.
And Cornwall, what a great place. I mean, Barbara, you're familiar. You've got the old... You do some Cornish craft, don't you? Do some jewellery?
Well, no, I did spend a lot of time going down to West Penwith, which is the first sort of bump of England, you know, up to Penzance and all that. Really rocky, quite...
So
it's beautiful, beautiful, bleak, sort of wonderful rocks.
But all the jewellery in the show is yours, isn't it?
Yes, well, that started as a hobby and then turned into a business.
Lovely.
And the first designer was very sweet and said, oh, come on, Barbara, let's use it. And so I've been very...
Before we let you go, have either of you ever played in that theatre down there, or the open-air theatre?
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, but I've seen many shows down there, because Linus kind of grew up...
So beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Every summer.
Well, Alison, Beyond Paradise continues 8 p.m. Friday, BBC One. Catch up all the episodes on iPlayer. Sally, Barbara, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
you.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
Thank you.
Now, our next guests take bromance to a whole new level.
Staying Relevant, the podcast with 2 bestest buds in the game.
Show you what we're doing.
Which one am I supposed to be?
Which one do you want to be?
Neither.
You've lost it. We never had it. We had it.
Have I got to do the whole thing like this? I love you so much.
That even made... that made me cry when I saw it.
Getting emotional watching that.
Bezzers, Sam Thompson and Pete Wicks have captured the nation with the hugely popular podcast Staying Relevant, which has more than 5 million downloads.
And now they're bringing their hilarious antics to the stage with an upcoming tour, and the pair are on the sofa to join us. It's so good to see you guys. It is so good to see you. I got really emotional watching that when you two were, you know, reunited in the jungle. That was such a beautiful moment,
Pete's
wasn't
mortified now and watching it.
Absolutely mortified. A lot of people say that to me because you had, like, Tony and his wife who've been married for a long time, Nigel and his daughter who obviously related, and the most emotional thing was us 2 Wallies jumping all over each other.
Having the best time you've ever seen in your life, though. Really bromancing and feeling the vibes.
Sam, when you first saw Pete in that moment, what was going through your head?
He ran away, Joe.
I did.
He turned the other way and he ran the other way.
Because you don't expect him to. You know what it's like to be in your habitat? And I was like, what are you doing here amongst all the mozzies and stuff? And then, obviously, I gave him a big old hug. And I looked at his face, actually, and it looked like he'd had work done out there. But he hadn't. He'd actually just been bitten on the face by a couple of mosquitoes, or so he says. But we don't know.
I did look like Jackie Stallone.
Yeah.
I love the yin and yang with you guys. So brilliant. Because even watching that VT, Pete was like this. Sam was like this. Just literally can't get
I don't know how to put my legs, because you guys are like that, and I don't know if I should be doing that or what I should be doing.
Listen, take us right back. Where did this friendship start, and what were your first impressions of each other when you first met?
My first impression of Sam hasn't changed much. He's really aggravating. I'd like to spend less time with him. However, now we're contractually obliged to be together, so that's the main reason that I do spend time with him. But what, 5 years, 6 years?
6 years.
And what was it?
It was Celebs Go Dating, and I saw him across the room, and there was a guy with blue eyes, and it was Pete, basically, and I saw him.
He got out of the way.
And I just saw him, and he had this energy, and the thing that we don't know about Pete is he's actually a really soft soul, and he's got a very crusty outer shell with a really, really soft, gooey centre. And actually, like, even before we came on, like, today, he was calling me all last night, because he's actually well into his crystals, and he's, like, really, really spiritual. And so he was like calling me
How
all
much of
last
this is
night.
true?
Absolutely none of it. Not one part of that is true, but I'm so glad that you can see through all the waffle.
No, he is. He's a really deep guy inside, like really deep. And I think a lot of people don't see that side of him.
Yeah, whereas Sam's the opposite. He's as shallow as a puddle.
I don't even know what that means, but...
You're so opposite. It's amazing how it works, really, isn't it?
On a serious note, yeah, he's kind of like the brother I never wanted, but my life wouldn't be the same without him. Like genuinely, I am quite blessed, and we're really blessed to be able to do so much work together and go on tour and do all that sort of stuff because it doesn't feel like work.
Where did that all come from? Because there's one thing, being mates and living through a similar experience, you know, the shows you used to do, but to actually sit down and go, you know, suddenly actually make a career out of it and actually, you know, be partners is something totally different.
Damn it takes a lot of phone calls to Pete's agent, and I once had to trick him that he had a job.
And he paid me to be his friend once.
Yeah. I once had to send an Addison Lee as if a brand had sent it, and he was coming mine for a brand job, and it wasn't. It was a TikTok video.
Well, just to hang out with you?
Yeah.
Because otherwise
I'd have been livid.
Yeah, no, well, I was livid because I didn't get paid.
So staying relevant, you've got 5 million downloads. Well done, you guys. Well done.
Oh, I clap myself, that's bad. Wow.
That's all right.
Okay.
And you're taking it on tour. What sort of things can people expect to listen to?
The tour's going to be an interesting one. It's not something that Sam and I have ever done before.
Right.
I took it upon myself to write the tour, and I don't know why I decided that would be a good thing to do.
You wrote the whole thing?
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He has got a Shakespeare touch about him, hasn't he?
He does, yeah. He's the great.
Something like that, yeah. So the good thing is for Sam, if it goes well, he'll get all the credit for being king of the jungle. If it goes badly, he'll put all the blame on me.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be loads of fun. It's not just about kind of the podcast, which has got its own kind of theme. It's a lot to do with Sam and I and kind of our, let's say, colourful careers over the past kind of 10 years. So
how will it work? Will it be like questions and answers, or you
Yeah, we're gonna have a
interview each
little
other?
bit of that in it.
the first bit is kind of the history of us, and then the second part is sort of podcast-based. There's a little Q&A, there's a lot of interaction. We've got a couple of special guests who might be doing bits for us. There's all sorts of things going on. It's going to be an interesting one.
When we think about you two, there, you know, Sam is with Zara, and you seem to be there a lot, Pete. And, you know, some people...
Wow.
People might say, you know...
Put any punches there, did you,
Yeah,
Josie?
no,
You're sad and lonely.
Some people might say, you know, maybe you feel like a bit of a third wheel. Do you ever feel like a third wheel? Or does
No, not at
Zara
all.
ever feel like a third
I
wheel?
think Zara does.
Oh, really?
Zara's the weekend wife. So I get Monday to Friday and I let her have the weekends. She's kind of the bit on the side, and people would think it's the other way round, but it's not.
That is so hilarious.
We're like a throuple, really. And
Are you?
Say that
Oh,
on
really?
We're not a throuple.
No, but like...
That's why we're not.
You heard it here
nothing like
first.
that.
Yeah, but like in terms of not in an intimate way, but
Oh, cool.
in a friend. We just love each other so much, and we enjoy working together and really sort of like I've ruined this now, haven't I?
Yeah, you
No.
made it weird. Everyone's just thinking throuple.
Do you know what, Sam? But you speak so highly of Pete, and in the jungle, because Pete has only got to look at a lady, and you are, you know, you're together, aren't you? And you were going. He's not like that at all. He's not like that at all. He's got this reputation.
Quite shy.
Really, you're not anything like your reputation, are you, Pete?
No, listen, I've obviously had a bit of a career where I haven't got the best reputation when it comes to women, but I'm old and decrepit now, so I've really slowed down. So yeah, I'm actually quite a nice person, but people just don't believe it. I get linked to everyone.
Everybody, you
Yeah,
actually...
it's your turn next.
Oh, right, OK.
Yeah, mystery
don't
woman.
look at me too
Been on
long.
the sofa.
He got linked to his mum once.
Yeah, my mum was my mystery... Honestly, I took my mum to an event and came outside and we were packed together, and next day it was Pete seen with Mystery Blonde. We're a close family, but it was very weird. So, yeah, anyone, literally.
And if people are tuning into the podcast for the first time, what can they expect? What is the format of it?
Chaos.
Yeah, but you know what? The way it came about was the idea was two ageing reality stars who do stars like that who are basically sort of watching their career, like other people fly past them as we're getting a little bit older, and it's sort of like I think some people still think that it's kind of glamorous, and there's just hardly for you guys there is a lot of when you hit the top, but like you know on the
down
way,
in the gutter it's not so great.
yeah, and there's so much to talk about. There's like a massive curtain that we want to show people behind because it's funny. Some of the stuff we've done is absurd. Even coming on here is pretty awesome.
Well, Sam, Pete, good luck on the tour. And you know what the lovely thing about you, Sam, is you don't realise how amazing you are. You don't realise how special you are. You've got a magic about you, and together you're just perfect. So,
Lovely thing about you, Pete, is you know how great you are.
Yeah.
But you are.
Yeah, thank you.
Sam and Pete's podcast, Staying Relevant, goes on tour this April. Thanks, gents.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now, of course, Easter's become synonymous with eggs and bunnies, but at the heart, of course, is the Christian tradition.
And that's why our next guest, Reverend Kate Botley, is here to remind us about the spiritual side and why it holds so much importance. Good morning to you, Kate.
Morning. I also want to say I like
sofa.
the bunnies and the chocolate as well. I mean, who doesn't?
Oh,
they come a very close second.
Right, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, chocolate eggs, you know, it's fine. And I think that's the point, isn't it? Is that whatever way you access this, wherever you come in, obviously I'm professionally religious, so this is a big gig for me, you know, but I think that the whole point is that wherever you want to access this, there's something for everybody in there.
Well, religion is on the decline. You know, their numbers are there. But people often forget why we even celebrate Easter. So, Reverend Kate, would you like to remind everybody?
Well, I think Good Friday, I mean, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Because it's called Good Friday. Yeah, it's the day when Christians remember
Saddest
Jesus'
day of the year,
the saddest day, the worst day of Jesus' life. I suppose, for me, there's something about the crosses. I don't know about when you write your Christmas cards and your Easter cards, you put a little kiss on the bottom, a little cross on the bottom. And I think, for me, the cross of Easter is a little bit like God's kiss on the world. It's like it's a bit like saying, I love you so much that I'm in it with you, that my son, you know, knows what it's like to suffer and to die and to go through the worst day, so that when we're going through a bad day too, there's a solidarity in that. There's something alongside us saying, I know what this feels like.
Can you just remind everybody the significance of the egg?
Well, of course, it's springtime. So, you know, it's a time of rebirth, and in all different faith traditions and, you know, celebrations, it's that idea that the blossom comes out of the trees, the bunnies and the lambs and all that. So it's a time of rebirth. Lots of religions have that sort of symbolism. But for Christians, we sort of adopted it and said that, you know, the inside of your chocolate Easter egg's hollow, just like the tomb was on Easter Sunday morning. What I love about that story is it was Mary Magdalene that found the empty tomb. So women are right at the heart of it, and that really appeals to me.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like, you go to sort of different Christian sort of traditions around the world, and so many cultures and so many other countries, Easter is actually more important than Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more important for me as well because, I mean, you know, it's much better than Christmas because there's less pressure and more chocolate, which is really good. But I've been obsessed, I don't know if you've seen it, by Spanish Holy Week TikTok this week. Oh, my goodness, it's amazing. The parades through the street, people weeping and wailing. It's been great. So I've been loving that.
And, Kate, you talk about, you know, Easter being, you know, the start of everything. It's spring, you know, you've got the lambs beginning. And so you like to start Easter with some New Year's resolutions, don't you?
Yeah, it's a really good time here because, of course, you know, like, the New Year's resolutions have gone kind of by the wayside a little bit right now. So I usually start again at Lent, and I think, OK, I'll start again then.
How was your Lent?
It's been a long one. How's yours been?
It's been a tough
Good
Lent.
Catholic boy
When
there.
you work
How's
on this
yours
show,
been?
let me tell you, giving up chocolate crisp sweets is not easy around
You've been very
around this
good.
parish. Very hard.
It's a tricky one, but that's the point, right? The point is that the feast tastes so much better after the fast, and it's a really good discipline to not overindulge
Just
all
have
the
that abstinence.
time.
That's actually pretty good discipline, yeah.
You know, when Easter Sunday morning comes, whatever your faith and belief.
Do you know what I love about you, and we were colleagues on Radio 2 and we're friends on Radio 2, is you wear your faith so lightly on your shoulders. And I think that's so important because no one wants anything shoved down their throat, and no one wants the easy certainty of religion. Has that always been the case for you?
No, I think when I first came to faith, I had that kind of... Because I'm not from a religious family,
Yeah.
you know, I found faith as a teenager. And I think I was very sort of, like lots of teenagers are, very intense about everything, you know. But it's really mellowed over the years, and I just think that if you want to access some of this stuff, you know, I think what we've done as a nation is perhaps thrown the baby out with the bathwater a little bit when it comes to religion. There's some stuff in there that's still really useful for people, even if you can't subscribe to all of it, even if you can't eat all the chocolates in the chocolate box, you know, maybe there is still something in there that might be helpful and supportive. And that's why I wrote the book. You know, the book, Have a Little Faith, is for those people who go, oh, I'm not religious, but I do like to light a candle in a church if I go on holiday. You know, those kind of people. And it's so funny, you know, because people come up to me in the street and they'll go, I'm not religious. And I always wonder, did they go up to, like, builders and go, I'm not a plasterer? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's OK. I don't mind that you're not religious. That's fine.
And your book was, you know, inspired because did somebody not want to sit by you on the train?
Oh, yeah, that happened. Oh, it was just... It happens sometimes that you're on a packed train and I've got my dog collar and I'm sat there and I'm thinking it's going to go one or two ways. Either I'm going to get someone who really wants to sit next to me, who's going to talk to me for the next 3 hours about the Latin translation of the New Testament or something, or there's just an empty seat. And honestly, I was on this packed train carriage and not a single soul wanted to sit next to the vicar.
Joking.
And I think people looking at the book might think, oh, it's just going to be Bible talk, it's just going to be Jesus talk. But actually, you know, I'm not preaching to the choir here. They're already in.
Yeah.
What I want to do is say to people, if you find some of that stuff useful, then it might still be for you.
Life lessons on love, death, and how lasagna always helps.
Always helps.
Food
A modern day
always
cup
helps.
of tea.
Yeah, well, it's that thing of, you know when, I mean, we have it all the time, don't we? You know, people are going through really tough stuff. The world is it's a tough place to be. That's the thing about Good Friday, you know, the worst day of your life does not have to define it. Easter Sunday's coming, Sunday's coming. And it's that idea that if you don't know what to do and you don't know what to say to someone who's going through a tough time, take them something to eat. It could easily be chicken pie or whatever your thing is.
But I love that though. I love, like, death in the family, lasagna.
Yeah.
Going through tough times, lasagna.
Baby born, lasagna.
Kate, you know, you said you grew up and you weren't from a religious family or a religious background. Where did you find your faith then? What happened to you?
Well, if I'm being honest, I only started going to church because I fancied the vicar's son. So I only went for a snog and I came away with a dog collar.
The age-old tale, eh?
It's love. It was love and friendship. That's why I started going to church. But what's brilliant is my daughter, she's moved out now. She's living with a boyfriend. He's lovely. We're having a lovely time. She went to church the other week and I was like, I mean, we brought them up in the faith, but I didn't expect it to stick. Do you know what I mean? So she went, oh, I went to church this morning, Mum. And I was like, really? And she went, yeah. I mean, you know, it's singing and biscuits. Why wouldn't you go? And that's what I want to say in the book is, if that's what you take from it, you know, it's, if you then don't come to a place of believing, it's probably my fault, not yours.
Kate, did you end up with the vicar's son? That's
I
the
did.
question.
We've been married for 26 years.
Never.
So where did you go from that to actually being... Because it was over a chicken tikka masala that someone...
Yeah. So what happened was...
as is always the case.
Honestly, my vicar took me out for dinner. That wasn't Graham's dad.
You're thinking, oh, hang on a minute.
And I was thinking, what's going off here? Just me and him going out for a meal together. That's a bit weird. Is this flirt? Is this a flirt to convert situation? And then somewhere between the poppadoms and the tikka masala, he blurted out, I think you should think about ordination. I think you should explore that. And it's one of those things, it's a bit like being, I don't know, a politician. You probably shouldn't do it if you really want to. It should come from the people that you're going to serve.
Such a good point.
It should come from the people that you're going to serve.
And what I loved is when you said, when you got through and sort of this summary or whatnot, it was like... it was like X Factor Judge's house.
It was really...
What was it, like the Holy Trinity there going, yes. No,
so they send you do all this like testing and you write all these essays, you do all these presentations, and it kind of sort of comes to a head where you're sent away to this country house in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of other potential vicars. And it is like the X Factor Judges' houses. They watch you eat your breakfast, they do psychometric testing on you, and you're still not certain whether they're actually going to ordain you at the end of it. But it seems to have worked out.
And then does Bishop of Canterbury go, it's a yes from me.
It's exactly that.
It's amazing. I always loved Joe's. Whenever Kate came down on the radio, whenever she'd come down on the Saturday, I always tell her story. Basically, we'd coincide pause for thought, which is the moment where, you know, you get different people of other religions or faiths or even, you know, no faith, just coming down, giving you pause for thought on the radio. But hers would always coincide with she was in trouble with the bishop and she had to... I was like, where are you off to now? There would be some disciplinary hearing about, you know, being naughty in a sermon
It never got that bad. They were always very kind. And I think that's one of the wonderful things that the church has done is they've kind of given me a freedom, you know, to do Gogglebox, to do some things that are a little bit out of the box. But the book was a joy to write, an absolute delight, and I hope that it's helpful for some people. The chapter on death is the one that I'm most proud of, and I hope it's got some tools for people to be able to use.
Well, have a little faith. Can I keep this one?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh,
I'll sign it for you.
Thank you.
I mean,
that'd
or
be
not.
lovely.
You might want to give it to somebody else. You might want to, like, read it and then re-gift it.
No, well, you can't re-gift if you've signed it, so I'd love that signed. We have got a little present for you.
You?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at this.
It's all very Dibley, isn't it, there? I love it.
It's pure Dibley.
I mean, I'm a real one, though.
We know you adore a Kit Kat, specifically a Kit Kat Chunky, is this correct?
I mean, this is my thing. When I'm having a bad day, I go and sit in the downstairs cupboard and eat 2 Kit Kat Chunkies, and it resets it completely. So that is an absolute treasure, and I will share that.
Well,
I won't eat it. Well, I might eat it.
What's the thing? When are you allowed to have it? Sunday?
I would say sunset on Saturday night is when the vigils start.
Important to know. A big happy Easter to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. You're a joy and a delight.
You've been a joy, an absolute joy.
swapping spring dresses now for lycra because it's gladiator time.
After 10 gruelling weeks, this Saturday, the contenders will take to the arena for the very last time for the Gladiators' grand finale.
But we're joined now by 3 superhumans on a mission to stop the contenders succeeding. First up, she's striking and indestructible. It's Diamond!
And next up, at 6'5", you wouldn't want to get in his way, it's Giants!
Used to fill.
Yes.
But I think we filled them, you know, credit to the people that have gone before us. I think we filled them that much, our toes are sticking out the end.
Absolutely. And what's it like? What's your reaction with the kids as well? It must be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. The kids absolutely love it. They just, yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. They're so excited. They want to play all the games and stuff, don't they? We've had parents say to us they've made like eliminators or duel like in their living rooms. It's wonderful.
I think I'm right in saying, Dynamite, that you didn't really know much about Gladiator beforehand. These two are a bit older than you.
Yeah, I had no clue. Absolutely no clue. Like, I got the call that I was, you know, being asked to audition for this Gladiators thing. And didn't really think much of it.
Gladiators thing.
This Gladiators thing. Didn't really think much of it. It was my parents and my grandparents that had to, you know, tell me what it was and how big it was as a show. So I thought, OK, right, I'll give it a go. Yeah. And then here we are. And
I love the idea. It's your grandparents advising you to go and do the show where you're going to get bashed up every week.
yeah. They thought it was something really special back in the day and thought we could make something amazing, and we have.
I think you have.
For sure. Giant, you used to be a firefighter, is that correct?
I did, yes, 7 years.
So how did you get involved in the series?
So I was a firefighter and a bodybuilder for many years.
OK.
So, you know, the stature leads into those both quite well.
Yeah.
And I used to watch it as a kid. I was 8 years old when the first series come out.
Did you have a favourite?
I was Hunter for the males.
He gave us a gong bath last week, didn't he?
Yes, he was on my team.
James did.
Yes, he did.
It's amazing. He's gone from being a gladiator to banging gongs.
Yeah, he's probably now trying to heal the people that he's hurt in the past.
Exactly. And what's been the toughest thing about the competition for you?
For me, being a big bodybuilder and moving in certain planes of motion, forwards and backwards, up and down, that's about it for the last 10 years.
Right.
Becoming more functional and agile again was my biggest challenge.
Yeah.
But I didn't do too bad.
And you consume 6,400 calories a day, is that correct?
Yeah, that's just to maintain this physique. In the past, I've had up to 10,000.
Wow.
So, yeah, a lot of good food, by the way, not bad food, good calories.
This weekend, Diamond, what can we expect for the grand finale?
Oh, you can expect a real good competition between the contenders. Lots of excitement, lots of fun, some really great challenges.
Has the standard of the contenders surprised you as well, the people that have been willing to come and take... Because you are an intimidating bunch. Us just sitting here knowing that we're going to mock up something in a moment. Have you been surprised by the standard?
The girls have been incredible. They've been really, really good. They've been super strong, powerful, but, I mean, we're gladiators at the end of the day, so nothing really phases us.
You're different, aren't you?
At the end of the day, some people are just born different. Dynamite, what's your typical day? Like, how do you train? What do you eat? What's your typical day?
Oh, typical day. I train twice a day most days. Wow. My morning session would be just CrossFit workouts, a couple, maybe 3.
Maybe 3?
Depends on the day,
Sick,
and then I'd get on my day at uni.
Are you still at uni as well?
Typical uni student.
What are you studying?
Sports science. So I'd have to go onto campus and go to a few lectures. I have to
Do the
do
lectures
that, really.
get in the way of training?
I kind of work I work around training, which isn't kind of how I'm supposed to do it, but I think that's just how I'm wired naturally. I make it work, I multitask, but I do that, and then I'll train again in the evening afterwards and
It takes a lot of focus and dedication, Kat Deeley.
Which is exactly why they've got us heavily involved.
They thought we're going to try and test them. We've got to test them properly. It's only 3 weeks in.
Yes, of course. The gladiators are going to be putting our skills to the test now. So shall we bring out our very own referee?
We are. Here he comes.
Oh, no.
This is no mock-up. This is the real thing. Yes, I am armed with a whistle, and I am your referee. Cat And Ben, you better get your helmets on as you're both about to face a gladiator in a game of... It's time to meet up.
Okay, let's
Are you ready? We know she's a good game of wonky donkey. Let's hope she doesn't go wonky today. Contender ready.
Okay.
Gladiator ready.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Go on, Cat. Oh, shit.
Go on, Cat.
Come on, Cat.
Oh! I was trying to style it.
How many seconds? 4 seconds.
Well done.
So, Ben, you are today's winner.
Thank you very much.
Well
But
done,
for
Ben.
style, Cat won.
Thank you.
Style won.
And Nicola joins us now. So that is Big Mood. It starts tonight
Lovely
at
to see you.
10 p.m.
you guys.
Channel 4. We loved watching it. It was
Thank
like
you so much.
You just didn't know what was going to happen next. From the moment your character, Maggie, turns up on the scooter and goes free, was that fun?
It was really fun. We filmed that in Ridley Road Market in Dalston. And a really weird Bridgerton connection with that scene. Corey Milcreast, who plays King George in Queen Charlotte, was there that day. But, you're right, buddy. Sorry, we're best friends. I don't know how you guys know. See, we are now. Yeah, he was like, did I see you in, like, a pink velour tracksuit in Ridley Road Market on a scooter? I'm like, you did.
Was he just shopping at the market?
He was just having, he's having a nice day, and then was like, yeah, when I met him, he was like, I think I saw you.
Whizzing past with the headscarf. And tell us a bit about the show.
Yeah, so it's written by one of my best friends, Camilla Whitehill. It's a comedy, but it's a dark comedy. It deals with, there's 2 girls called Maggie and Eddie. Where are you off to?
Now you're in charge of the...
Oh, buddy, do you not care about Big Mood? Come on.
You can give him that.
Buddy.
Hold on.
Buddy's been really well trained this
Do you know
week,
what? He's
apparently,
really
but since-
sleepy. And also, do you want him on the couch? I was like, yes. But I think everything you do is perfect, and you've never done anything wrong in your life, buddy. Yes, so it's about 2 girls, Maggie and Eddie, and they're best friends. They're about to turn 30. And they sort of are at a funny stage in their life where it's like, do they go and get married and have kids, or, you know, what's happening with their careers? It's like that strange adjustment period. And then my character, Maggie, has bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
So that's something that works its way in. So it does get quite dark, just as a warning for people. Some people have watched it already today, and they're like, oh, it goes a place. I'm like, it does, but brilliantly so. Camilla's an amazing writer. Yeah.
Brilliant fun for you as well, but a challenge because she is bipolar, so you're sort of not really sure how she's going to be at any one time.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine the way you've shot this, on some days you were shooting scenes from different episodes, and one moment you're high, the other moment you're really low.
It's wild. Like, we shot it in 7 weeks, which is no time whatsoever. And you literally are like, playing her very, very depressed, and in the next scene, she's manic. And we had an amazing director called Rebecca Asher, who's worked on some of my favourite shows, like Arrested Development and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wow.
And she came from the States to do this. But yeah, I would very much rely on her and Camilla to be like, where is she right now? Like, what state is she in? And we shot literally the opening scene and the finale scene back to back one of the days, which is like 2 really
Get your head around
that. Yeah.
But super fun.
Yeah.
Got to talk to you about Bridgerton.
Yes,
too. Have to. 3rd season coming up. And it's going to be released in May and June.
May and June,
correct?
yeah. 16th of May and then the 13th of June. I hope I get that right.
And then this really revolves all around you because it's all about Colin Bridgerton finding love.
Yeah.
It must be great.
It's really exciting. It was a massive challenge. I shot Bridgerton and Big Mood at the same time for 3 weeks.
I mean, that's nuts.
So we filmed one in East London, one in West London, and my head was just gone completely. But I had the best time filming it. Luke is incredible. It's so romantic this season. They've really upped their game. I love season 1 and 2, but when we got these scripts, it was like, oh, wow, OK. Yeah, I'm very excited
So
to see it.
season 2 ups the sauciness. Season 3, which
I think we've won the sauciness.
Have the
battle.
sauciness
I
quite
think so. I think we might have.
So you've been having your fair share of steamy sex scenes in this one.
Yes.
How do you get around that? How do you navigate that?
It's really nerve-wracking, but thankfully I've known Luke for 4 years, and he's a super nice guy.
Does that make it easier, or does that make it
worse at the beginning and then better in reality, because we could kind of have a laugh about it. And, you know, it was quite liberating and quite fun to do. I wouldn't have thought that before. But an amazing intimacy coordinator, Lizzie Talbot, who was there, and she treats it like a stunt. And we had a lot of say in what we wanted to do as well, which
Just
was great.
explain a little bit to our viewers what an intimacy coordinator does.
So, they're kind of like a stunt coordinator, but for sexy scenes. So it's sort of like...
And how do you get these jobs?
How do you get these jobs? It's a really well-paid job.
Yes.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
But literally, so what they will do is they will coordinate where your hand's going.
Not quite. It's sort of like, what are you comfortable with? But Luke and I actually had a lot of say in what we wanted to do, and we kind of had ideas about how we wanted things to play out, which was great because we really felt like we were in control. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And have you met Julie Andrews?
No, I haven't. I really want to.
You share
but it
the
might
role.
be too
Yes,
much,
you
though.
do.
But yeah, if people don't know, if they're like, what do you do? I can just say, like, I job share with Julie Andrews. Because that is the truth, you know?
She is the voice of Lady Whistledown.
She is.
Of course. But you've not met... I mean,
We've never met.
How does it feel knowing that the two of you are connected with this incredible
It's incredible. I cried when I found out she was cast because they told us, they said, it's someone really iconic, but she is... like, that word is overused, but she is truly an icon, so yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you think you will meet her at
I
some
would
stage?
love to.
I mean, you've got to.
It would be very intimidating, but I would love to, yeah.
She's amazing. You'd love her.
Yeah.
She's really
Have
lovely.
you?
She
Have
really
you
is.
met her?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
She's just everything you want her to be.
Oh, that's heaven.
Yeah, undoubtedly. But the success of Bridgerton, you forget that first series landed while we were all in lockdown,
Yeah,
didn't it?
absolutely.
Which is why we all consumed it.
Mhm.
So that you'd gone from this sort of relatively starting out with this amazing role to having this global hit.
Yeah.
But you were locked at home and you couldn't really go out and enjoy the notoriety.
It was really, really strange. It was like such an adjustment because it sort of came out and we heard all these numbers. We were like 82 million people in month one and you're going, I can't compute that. And then going back out into the world, becoming so much more recognisable, I was like, oh, OK, right. This is quite a big show then, yeah.
But you're also really known for your accent. So you've got kind of the very proper, very kind of like Regency London.
Yes.
And then, of course, you've got Derry Girls as well.
Yeah.
How did you practice the accent?
Well, Derry Girls was Nadine Coyle, was my point of reference, so that was easy. For Bridgerton, though, I did a lot of voiceover as a kid.
OK.
So I did a lot of cartoons and stuff, and there was no demand for Irish accents back in the day. So they were like, they needed kids that could do UK accents, American accents. So but Bridgerton was quite easy, but then in Big Mood, I didn't have to do an accent at all, which was amazing.
Yes.
I was like, OK, I got this. I don't need to prep. I don't need to... Great.
So I think it's always worth... Let's listen to Nadine Coyle and we'd love to get your Derry Girls. I think this is where you've learnt your Derry accent.
Absolutely, yeah. Daddy, it's my passport in the car, Daddy. Yeah,
it's amazing.
I remember it so
and
well.
that scene, of course, she got caught having given the wrong date of birth.
It was a
because
big
she was
scandal.
too young to be doing Pop Stars, but she got
Yeah.
And that's how you basically taught yourself.
Yeah, I didn't really know many people from Derry, so she was the one I was like, oh yeah, Nadine Coyle, I totally can get that. So yeah, I watched a lot of videos with her. But she was like, it's not a good impression. I'm like, oh, I'm not an impressionist. I can really do impressions, but it was a good starting point for me.
the accent. And we've got to talk about Barbie as well.
Yeah.
Must have been an incredible experience.
Insane. I love Greta Gerwig so much. I've loved her since Frances Ha. Just everything she does is magic. I auditioned for it, and then it was filming. It was going to cut into Bridgerton filming, so it was basically like, we don't think you can do anything in this movie. And they were like, but would you like to do like a tiny bit? I was like, I obviously will do a tiny bit. Yes, that's crazy you would even ask. And it was just incredible to be on that set with all of those people. Like the day I went for my costume fitting, Ryan Gosling was there shirtless.
No, was he about to do the big Ken?
He was doing that on the car with the fur coat and the
Did you meet?
I met him at the premiere.
Okay.
But I was too intimidated that day to speak to him. At the premiere, came up, shook my hand, gave me a kiss on the cheek, went, you're great in the movie. And I thought, you don't need to do this. You're Ryan Gosling. You need to talk to me. Yeah, we were all lined up backstage. It felt like school assembly. It was really funny. Everyone was chatting and they were like, can you please stop talking? Like, Will Ferrell stand there? And I was going, what am I doing here?
Amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
So
and the
cool.
reaction to that as well has been sort of...
I mean...
It's groundbreaking.
It's such a testament to what an incredible producer Margot is as well. She's an amazing actor, obviously, but then she's so smart. That movie wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her. It was her production company, Lucky Chap, and they brought it to Mattel, and yeah, she's amazing.
And so Barbie 2, are you going to do Barbie 2? Would you be...
I mean, honestly, I wrote Greta an email and I was like, if you want me to come and like make the tea on this set or clean the floors, I will be there. Like, so yeah, if she ever asked me to do anything, I would be there in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Amazing, Nicola. It's lovely to see you.
Yes.
Big Mood is tonight.
He's coming home with me.
Yeah, Buddy's coming home with you.
Yes, he's a going away present.
That's exactly what we've done.
Oh,
Lady
perfect.
Whistledown can have whatever she likes.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
It's on tonight, Channel 4, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
I love it.
Buddy's ready to go, by the way.
You're heading off?
Get the car.
Let's go.
Oh,
go clubbing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Joins us now this morning.
Good morning. So lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
We'll get on to the brilliant Ben Cat in a minute. We'll get on to the happy stuff.
I'm slightly nervous about getting there, so we'll stay with this.
I want you to tell me everything.
Okay.
Kate, we've lived this for the last 4 years together.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been a part of those documentaries, but
Yeah.
this last documentary, by virtue of the fact it was the third one, and tragically, of course, we lost Derek just a couple of months ago. Was there ever a point, and you must have been filming it for months and months, where you considered not putting it out?
Yes, there was, you know, being honest. So after he passed away, so 10th of December, as you know, we may talk about that as well, he had a cardiac arrest, which led to massive bleeding and hemorrhaging, and ultimately, on the 3rd of January, took his life. And after he passed away, obviously you're just consumed with that grief and things like the funeral and the children, his mum and dad, and all those things. Lucy Wilcox, brilliant producer, rang very upset because, of course, she'd become very close to Derek and said, you know, we do have this thing ready to go virtually. What do we do now? And my initial reaction was, oh, gosh, it can't air now. It's too painful. But then I thought, having talked to his family, that actually that was rather that was selfish of me, because I was thinking about my feelings about it and the reaction I might get and whether it was appropriate. But actually, it was Derek that chose to make this documentary. And it was not really ever about me or Derek, although I know, you know, we're the faces on there. But it was about the system that lets caring people down, carers of all sorts down, and actually lets down the people that work within the system as well. I've had so much response from social workers, from health workers, from, you know, people who are often seen as the people making decisions that are unhelpful, saying, we are so frustrated, that I thought, well, you're doing it for that. Derek wanted to do it for that. Actually, plough on.
Well, yes, because that was one of the things I took away from the documentary. As Fresh Eyes was that he wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
He very much wanted to be heard. So you were kind of put in this almost tricky place where you knew what he wanted.
Yeah.
But you are trying to work it out as a family and you're going through grief at the same time. How was it when you watched it back?
I couldn't really speak for about an hour afterwards, actually. And that was the sort of human reaction of...
That's quite unusual as well, Kat. I'll just point that out.
Everybody breathed a huge sigh of relief and took a moment to take a holiday. No, I couldn't really speak. I was overwhelmed. It was raw. Things that jumped out at me was just the unbelievably frustration of seeing how well he was doing, how much progress he'd made. For him to have struggled so hard and fought so long, that's just a personal sadness for me. But I was also very keen that it didn't then look like a waste, because I thought about all the hundreds, actually, of specialists, doctors, nurses and carers that had given so much of their own time to try and make things better for Derek. And they do it for everybody. You know, it's just that my experiences with Derek. I wouldn't like them to think that that effort was a waste, because those 4 years had purpose, were precious, and we can't be in a society where, unless you're fully functioning, contributing in a way that we'd all like, you know, working, paying taxes, all that, where it's pointless, and it's not pointless. You know, life is life.
He had come such a long way as well, those 4 years. If you think about what you were all able to celebrate in those 4 years, thanks to those specialists who did everything they could to sort of give him the best standard of living, not least you getting your MBE and him being there that day.
Yeah, amazing.
Never thought it was possible, even actually 2 days before he was in hospital, but he was there, determined to be there, and how wonderful that he could be, you know, and that's a gift that we have.
There's something special as well, Kate, in the documentary, that people got a real sense of the connection between the two of you and how much love there was. I think you're really honest about the shift in how he could display his affection for you and also your role within that relationship. And that's something that resonates with a lot of the people that have been getting in touch with us with regards to caring for their partner.
Yeah, I think whether it's a partner, a parent, a child, a brother, a sibling, you know, big physical and, in Derek's case, brain changes the dynamic. And I certainly was very conscious for him. He felt disempowered in so many ways, physically, communication-wise, everything. He desperately wanted to, he would say often, I'm sorry I've let you down as a dad to the children, which, you know, broke their hearts. And they would say, no, you're our hero. And he didn't let them down, of course he didn't, but he felt like he did. And I'm sort of very aware that the things you do that you don't even notice in a relationship, like the little things you do when you know somebody so well, he physically could no longer do. So he didn't, you know, I wondered if he knew how to be, and we were in the process of working that out over the 4 years, and I feel we had got there. I feel we got to somewhere. And unfortunately, you know, the path ended.
Yeah. Their wedding was one of the most unique experiences
Was
of
it?
my life.
Why?
It was an extraordinary occasion.
Yeah.
Really, really incredibly loving and energetic and fun. And
great speeches, I'm imagining. Great
trust
speeches.
me, the speeches were the highlights. Certainly for me, Kate, and me.
Derek's is much better than others.
Yeah. But if ever you wanted to get a sense of what it was about Kate that Derek found so special, I thought there was an amazing moment in the documentary. We're just going to play this little clip.
This is brilliant.
Which just sums him up and your relationship up so perfectly.
OK.
When did you meet Kate?
Met in Clovergis bar. It was a blind date.
Can you remember what you first thought of her?
Yes.
What did you first think of her?
I thought she was a bit.
What else did you think about Kate?
Caring. Lovely.
Did you know you wanted to marry her?
Yes.
And then I love how the interviewer asks you the question and she says, did I talk too much? She said,
Derek, we asked Derek what you thought when he first met her. I was like, oh, God. What's coming now? Yeah, talks too much, I went for. But, yeah, that was pure Derek. There was a real bit of Chorley fit.
Proper joy.
I love it.
No.
Not classy, obviously, but fit.
But that's why...
But that was so great!
That's why it's so good, because it's his very essence that's
was
there.
absolutely there.
Yeah.
Absolutely there all the way through.
But it must have been so exhausting. We've talked about how the relationship changed, and I know there was a point where you cared for Derek solo for 10 days,
Yeah,
24
there were
hours.
chunks of time, yeah. And I honestly felt like I was going slightly crazy. You're so sleep-deprived.
Yes.
You're so stressed. There's so much responsibility. And, of course, you're also thinking about the children and what kind of mother you're being in that period. And, yeah, I don't know how you can do that for very long. And one of the messages I got yesterday is that the person that she'd cared for, her husband, sadly passed away, and she said she realised she did it for 2 years, sadly didn't have longer, but found that afterwards she just felt she was so angry because I'm frustrated, and felt like I did, which is there's so much time spent arguing for things and ranting about things and making appeals which take so long when you're asking for time for doctors to represent their evidence, and of course they're busy and they've moved on, and then you come down to it and you think, I can't convey this, and if you can't see this, and then, of course, you feel very guilty for asking for it, but when it's life and death, when you know if you don't ask for it, you have to, and you don't like the person you've become because you feel like you're rowing with good people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I totally do. And
sorry, it sounds very confused, but you just think, I don't want to be this person. I want to be this person who says, thank you so much. But you're doing it on behalf of the carers who go, we need you to speak for us.
And actually, that was one of the things for me for the documentary. You were so honest about that. You were kind of drowning beneath this paperwork and trying to juggle everything at the same time.
Not just the paperwork, though. Now, obviously, I was aware of this as we were going along.
And you were helpful.
But it's the debt as well, Kate. You have been sunk into hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of debt in a desperate attempt to offer the care you could for Derek. And you are in a privileged position compared to all of those carers. There were some amazing carers in the documentary.
Absolutely.
And I wonder how you balance those two things up now. You know, the fight to get all that care for Derek. Sadly, Derek's now gone, but you are left with this legacy of debt, which you are still going to have to pay.
Yeah, and I will pay it. I will pay it, absolutely. And I don't regret it. I don't begrudge it. And, you know, it was the right thing to do. Of
course.
It was the right thing to do.
You have no choice.
No, you have no choice, you know, and... but I think that, you know, it is... You know, people... I was lucky because I had a job where people understood and gave me time to rush off to hospital at a moment's notice or be around or go to the appointments or be there to care. You know, there were times... There was one time when they cancelled the care, which turned out to be a mistake, one evening, just before I came onto GMB. You were on the next day with me, and I had to ring Paul Neil Thompson, the editor, and say, I can't come in because I don't think anyone's going to turn up. And all they said at the time was, we'll call an ambulance and take him to hospital and leave him there. I mean, GMB didn't say that, let me be very clear. They said, do what you need. But that was the unofficial, official advice. They said, this is all we can tell you to do. Now, in the end, the carer did turn up, even though they didn't know they were going to get paid.
Oh, wow.
Because they came, because they turned up. And that's the people that you're dealing with. You know, they're travelling a long way, they don't always live near you. They came. And for those that are professional carers that are doing it on their own, you know, it's a massive thing. And I don't even think it's political, really. I think it's all of us. We've just got to realise that we have to make this a priority. Because
as a society.
As a society, we have to, because we're all going to get sick, we're all going to be vulnerable, we're all going to need it, or be the person doing the caring, probably both in a lifetime. And so we have to find a way of making it important enough to us, apart from when you're in it.
Yes.
I think
and then it's all you think about, you know? Yeah.
An amazing thing happened last night watching the documentary, because I was following on social media and the reaction from people suddenly understanding your motivation and Derek's motivation for wanting to make this documentary. There had been quite a lot of criticism, though, that people angled towards you in terms of sharing this story and how you've shared the story. I wonder how you've processed that, Kate.
Well, I think people are probably a bit bored of me, frankly. I think they're a bit bored of me banging on about the same thing, it seems to them. And I understand that, really, and I don't think I would have made a third one because, you know, if it hadn't been that Derek wanted to. But I'm glad I did, because what I've now realised is that people say, oh, just because you're on the telly you're talking about this. Yeah, actually, because those other people can't.
Yes.
They don't have a place to talk about it. Yeah, and they're saying to me, please don't give up, because I can't tell anyone other than myself in the mirror or my long-suffering friends who also can't do anything. So I sort of have to, and I'm sorry about that. And I hope that if people do watch it, I know you can watch it on ITVX, then maybe they will see that it's coming from a different place. It probably just looks like, oh, for goodness sake, Kate, stop going on about your own problems. There's enough problems in the world. I'm really not meaning to go on about my problems. I'm trying to go on about everybody else's problems.
From my experience of working with you, this is the one problem I'm very happy with you to go on about.
Oh, really?
As often as possible.
The hair,
however.
a bit annoying. But this you're happy about.
But this is some of the reaction we've had. Michelle, I'm a carer. We are welcomed into families that we look after. We get so attached to them and love them. My heart went out to Kate and to the children, and of course to Jake. You're amazing.
Jake
carer.
is grieving himself.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And what an exceptional young man he is, by the way.
Hugely extraordinary, life-saving. Carers are life-saving. They are. He's one of them.
Fiona, such a beautiful and powerful watch. You can clearly see the love and bond. I'm a care assistant, have been for 30 years. I love my job. As much as it's underpaid, challenging and hard work, I wouldn't do anything else. And this is Kate and Derek. How wonderful. So well done for giving Derek, the patients, the carers, paid and unpaid, a voice. We've been shouting for years. Let's hope the government, councils, MPs are listening. That's from Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I hope so. I hope we all, I hope we all do something, because we are all going to want change, aren't we? There's a lot of pressure on money at the moment. Everybody's counting the pennies. But when you're at that moment, on your own, in the middle of the night, either the person who needs care or the person that's praying a care will arrive, you suddenly sort of don't worry about anything else, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And brave and brilliant.
It's brilliant watching you two.
Oh, well, thank you.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, we're loving it, aren't we?
We are.
We are. I say the real we.
He said to me, I've so traded up. And I said, yeah, you so have.
I thought you were going to say, I've trained her up. I've trained her up.
Oh, no, we're getting there with that. Don't worry. I've traded up. Now the training begins.
Thank you, Kate.
We'll have to get you back at some point.
Please,
fill her in on all our deepest, darkest secrets.
I can't wait.
The ones that we can't talk about now.
Preferably otherwise.
Well done, Kate.
All
I'm
right,
very proud of
well
you
done.
and the family. Love to Bill and Darcy as well.
Of course.
She's here with us now.
Gosh, I haven't seen.
I
know I can't see anybody at the moment. I haven't seen any of that, so that's quite interesting. Anyway, carry on.
You've not watched anything back then?
No, I'm not going to. Not for a long time, even if then. Really.
Why is that?
Well, I don't want to embarrass myself and sit on the sofa feeling ghastly on my own, and I don't want to delve deep into anything that. Well, I just don't want to.
You didn't embarrass yourself.
No.
You were absolutely sensational. Honestly, when I heard you were going in, my jaw dropped.
Why?
Well, now. We've worked together in the past.
We have.
Fern, on many occasions. And I can remember we hosted a show up in Manchester called Soapstar Superstar. And we were in the hotel. This is the two of us. Look at us there, crikey. That was a long time ago.
Look at the baby face.
It's nearly 20 years ago. But after each show, we went back to the hotel, went back to your hotel room with Lynn and with David, who's here, still does our wardrobe. And we watched Celebrity Big Brother. It was your absolute favourite. Do you remember? I think it was Leah Barrymore might have been.
Yes.
And you were gripped, and then I was thinking, gosh, now you're all going in there.
Yes.
You're going to be the person.
Yes.
What? Why?
Why? I know. Well, after 20 years, isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And I surprised myself by saying yes. The invitation came, and I thought, well, that's not an immediate no. Isn't that odd?
Yes.
And so I said yes. And then obviously everyone asked, why are you doing it? And I thought, well, I could do with an adventure. I haven't had an adventure for a little while.
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes you just need to challenge yourself. And I quite like feeling uncomfortable sometimes. And I thought, well, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I always think it's good to do something that scares you, just a little bit, every once in a while, so you still feel human. Was it what? Because obviously you would envisage what it was going to be like when you walked through the door. Or you try and imagine. Was it how you imagined, or how was it different?
Yeah, that's a difficult one to answer, because by then, before you go in, you are kept for about 36 hours. It feels like days on end.
Yeah.
In a hotel room with a chaperone, making sure... No phone, no watch, no television in the hotel room, no radio, no nothing.
Oh, that's
You're done.
weird.
No book.
What do you do?
Exactly.
Oh.
So I did sneak out of the door now and again and just walk the corridors.
Yeah.
But you're chaperoned, and the chaperone is lovely, and she's there to chat to you and bring you food and drink and all that. So I was already spaced out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's already the game has started in all our heads.
Yeah.
By getting us confused. And then all of a sudden you're in your dress and in your makeup in the hotel, into a lovely car, to the studio. You wait a bit while everyone else is going in, and then you go in, and it's like, there's lovely AJ and Will, and you're walking up a ramp in the rain, and I'm thinking I'm walking up the inside of my dress because my dress is too long. And then you're in, and like, oh, hi. Literally extraordinary.
Oh.
And then that first night, they keep you up till about 3 o'clock in the morning because they want you to unpack and get you ready.
And to sleep deprive you a little bit as well, probably.
Absolutely. There were many times when I sat in the diary room and said to Big Brother, look, can this pensioner please go to bed early? And he'd say, well, can you manage a bit longer?
Well, that was what Louis said to us, actually. When Louis was on the sofa, he said he hated the nighttime. He hated being in a bedroom with everybody, and he just couldn't sleep.
Being
and he'd have
locked in.
panic attacks.
Yes, locked into a big room with 12 other people, and no windows, no daylight, nothing. Except a sort of low light in the bedroom all the time. And under the beds, they're all lit under the beds. They all look like, you know, those cars that go... all with all the lights underneath. So it was weird, really. Very weird. And then after, I think I did 19 nights. I think that's what we did. And the last few I found really hard, and was just willing myself sleep, and those hours will be done. Then you wake up and you're still locked in. And then suddenly the lights go on, and they might play music or, you know, all sorts of noises.
It's a sensory overload in so many ways, isn't it?
Absolutely,
You know?
and it makes everything, emotions, everything very heightened.
Because the tears, I can remember watching you in tears.
I'm so sorry.
My heart was breaking for you.
It's pathetic, and I'm so sorry. But you know when you are slightly, you don't know what's going on anyway, and then someone's nice to you.
Yes.
Big Brother only had to say, how are you, Fern? I'm fine, I'm so sorry, I'm absolutely fine. I don't know why, and I think a lot of us wept. A lot of us did.
Yeah.
It was literally just an alien environment. A lot of it was good fun. A lot of it I was fascinating to be a part of. And then there were bits that were so confusing and painful. I mean, when poor old Bradley was evicted, one of them. I mean, that was a shock for all of us, we were absolutely in trauma.
It felt like you were struggling, though, with the nominations. You were struggling with some of the challenges when you had to put the snake in Louis's bed.
Oh, that was a horrible
You know, you traumatised yourself over that film.
Yeah,
and it's just a game.
I know, and I was the first one thinking in my head all the time, it's just a game, it's just a television programme, this is entertainment, we're all here just to do the experiment. And then I did the snake, and I was thinking very quickly, because, of course, I was always up for eviction. And I thought, well, whoever came across that in the diary room, they didn't call me, it was just that if somebody come to the diary room and it was me. And there it was. And they told me, and I thought, well, it's going to be me or Louis, whoever was in here would pick. So I just was ruthless and said Louis, and was shocked that I did it. And then I wasn't allowed to tell the house, although obviously everybody had worked out that it was me.
Right.
And I was really, really upset. I didn't sleep well that night. And in the end, I went to Big Brother and he said, OK, you're allowed to tell them. So at least they could hate me, but at least I could admit, you know. And, of course, what does Louis say? Make me a cup of tea. And so I made him lots of cups of tea and took them to him in bed. I bet he didn't tell you that.
He didn't. He didn't, because Sharon said to you when she left, look after him.
Yes.
How was it having Sharon in there?
She is an incredible woman. She really is. I loved her anyway, but within the house, everybody just thought she was the bee's knees. I mean, she's fabulous. Tells it as it is, doesn't suffer fools, but is also very, very, what's the word, kind, caring, thoughtful.
And quite self-deprecating as well,
totally.
Very kind of...
Totally.
Yeah.
And she's been to there and back and back again. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. How is Nikita in the house?
Nikita is charming, absolutely handsome, gorgeous. Something happened there. We didn't get each other.
Yes.
And I accidentally said, I don't even quite know what I said, but he thought it was something to get at him. It really wasn't.
No.
Is that part of being in that sort of zone, that position? Yeah. And the smallest thing can suddenly feel like a really huge, enormous thing. You'll watch it back, honestly, you'll watch it back and you'll go, I can't believe everyone was making such a fuss about that. Just at that time for you, it felt so important.
Yeah, it was a difficult one. I was just trying to explain that, because I think he'd already put me up for nomination and said, and he'd told me that it was because I went to bed early. I'd like to have done, I didn't. That I wouldn't do his gym sessions.
Yes. Right.
But, you know, I've had this shoulder replaced, so I couldn't do all those weights. So it wasn't that I didn't play his games. Yes, I did. And when he came out, he said, I'm sorry. And I said, that's cool, but I do all those things, don't I? And he said, yes, you do. So he had to think of something...
Yes. You just try and justify
to nominate, and that's absolutely fine. And then the awful game. We're running around with drawing pins. I mean, having to defend our big balls. I mean, it was crazy.
Back to Alan
and then,
Titchmarsh again,
yeah, well, why not? Let's think about Alan Titchmarsh for a minute. And then there was the crash and the banging of the head.
Oh, yeah.
And
it hurt too, didn't it?
It really did hurt.
Yeah.
And you know how you go, I'm fine, I'm absolutely fine.
Yes, of course you do.
Yes, I'm absolutely fine, I'm absolutely fine. And Nikita got me into the diary room and we sat and the medic came out and said, well, it's blunt force trauma, Fern, so you will feel a bit funny. And then I must just tell you, you're looking like you're wrapping up, so I'll just tell you very quickly.
You know those eyes.
I do. The medic also said, because I had to go and have a shower and get ready because it was eviction night, and he said, just have someone in the bathroom while you're in the shower in case you... And who accompanied me? David. David sat on the sofa while I was in the shower going, you're right, Fernie. He is the most adorable man. I'm hopelessly in love with him. Him and Bradley, Zizi and Marisha, just fantastic people.
Fabulous.
Expect an invite to Cornwall by the sounds of it.
Yes, do you want to come?
We'd love to. I'll be down there soon.
There.
You know you will. And you've got a new book coming out as well in October.
Yes,
this is what,
a non-fiction.
11, 12?
This is a non-fiction that's coming, and that's in October. And the next fiction one, which is number 11, is coming next spring.
Is that about a group of people living in a house and being forced to do things?
Yes. I thought it hasn't been done before. No, it's not. It's about a woman in a house, but that's it. It's not that,
Can we just quickly, I know we're really out of time, can we quickly show a bit of you, Lay? The first time I hosted this show was with Fern.
Let's have a look.
Oh, man alive! Oh, how gorgeous are we?
Look how...
What am I
2005,
wearing?
nearly 20 years ago. This was such an amazing moment because obviously I've been a huge fan and to get to host the show, I just look at how
little you are. I adore you. Anyway,
Oh.
15 years ago since I left the programme.
Was it 15?
15 years ago.
Is it lovely being
Anyway,
back?
it's lovely to be back, and well done, you two.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
It was lovely of you to mention us in the house.
Yes, it was.
So
Several
beautifully.
times, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you very much
And it's
indeed.
great to have you. We loved it. You were brilliant. You've got nothing to be embarrassed about as well, by the
Absolutely
way.
not. Sit and have a glass of bubbly and watch it.
Oh, no.
Like we did all those years ago.
Exactly.
Maybe one
And some
day.
cheese.
Oh, yeah, plenty
There was
of
a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beth.
Now in the studio, we're about to be blessed with a very special performance, a very unique interview.
They're not entirely happy about sitting there in those, I'm just going to say. It's been more than 30 years since the legendary Whoopi Goldberg delighted audiences with the first Sister Act film, and that was just the beginning.
Yeah, Sister Act, the musical, has already proven itself a hit. It's now back with an all-star cast leading the congregation.
That does it. It just
you
doesn't.
say feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. I mean, the things we do for our art. Look at us.
Yeah, for their art.
At least Bev hasn't had to wear this thing.
Yeah. But you were saying you do sometimes keep a biscuit tin under there if you fancy one.
Well, that would be telling.
Okay, a little snack to keep you going.
This is, of course, the holy trinity of stars that we
Lovely to
have
have
on
them
our
here.
couch this morning. Ruth Jones, Leslie Joseph and Beverly Knight.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, I assume this is the first time you've done it's the first time I've interviewed
Dressed as a nun.
3 nuns, regardless of actually their religious heritage.
That was a nice way of putting
Yeah.
it. Very nice way of putting it. Does it make you want to be more naughty? It would me. If I was dressed as a nun, it would make me.
Well, we are sometimes quite naughty. Well, not so much on stage, but
are?
back.
No.
Well, am I?
And you
Is she?
are. I behave perfectly, can I just say?
But you've already had, what have you had, a week of performances so far?
And it is going, I can't tell you, 2,000 packed people every night, standing on their feet. It's just glorious. They absolutely
We
do.
love it and they love it, and that's the point.
Yeah, it's a really wonderful show.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it, obviously I'm biased, but it is, the cast are fantastic. The crew who, you just dropped your little...
You've lost it,
Oh,
yeah.
the pop shield's on again.
The crew who put it together, everybody, and it gives such an uplifting experience.
Yeah.
I think we all say this.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
In this day and age.
I think the one word people use is joyous. Whenever
Yes.
you ask,
Yeah.
what did you think?
Yeah.
It was joyous. And at the end, when they're all standing up doing this, and
It's wonderful.
glorious.
We look out and that's what we see.
Yeah.
And that gives us our internal joy and we can translate that to the audience, which is why we're there.
We love it. It's been joyous listening to you rehearse this morning, and the performance for everybody later they're going to absolutely love. But you girls have done this for a while. You've been there, but this is your debut, though, right?
It's my
Ruth, in
musical theatre
your musical
debut.
theatre debut
Yeah.
in the West End.
I do not pretend to be a singer or a
But you
dancer.
can sing, but you can't
I can
sing.
hold
Yes,
a
you can.
tune.
Yes, you can.
They're very kind. They're very kind.
I thought
Capable.
everybody in Wales sang. I thought that's the
Well,
thing.
yeah,
though.
we all have a
It's
go.
part of the religion.
We have a go. We sing hymns.
Yes.
No,
And rugby songs.
Cultural, rugby songs. Yes, exactly. But no, it is my first time, and I'm just having the best time ever. Honestly, because I'm working with such lovely people, and they're all so supportive and patient, and everyone works as a team.
Yeah.
And I've really not seen that as much as in other things. People just really work.
But it's
together.
very much about that. It's about two worlds that collide and become a community.
Yes.
And that's what the show's about, and that's what the company's about
Yeah,
as well, actually.
yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your characters? Beverly, you played Dolores.
I do.
The nightclub singer.
Yeah, by Whoopi Goldberg, made her famous.
Yeah.
She witnesses her boyfriend, played beautifully by Lamar.
Yeah.
She witnesses him gun down an informant, and she has to hide from him. And of course, she disguises herself as best she can in a nunnery where she comes into
Contact with us.
with Mother Superior, Mary Laz, and all the other nuns. And in so doing, she discovers a lot about herself,
She does.
but helps the nuns on their singing journey.
And opens the door, actually, from the convent slightly and shows them what life is like outside. I play Mary Lazarus, who's a very old, curmudgeonly nun who finds joy Yeah, she's reasonably
She's
amusing.
very funny.
And the voice as well.
Yeah.
Look out
but
for the voice.
she finds joy suddenly when this person comes into her world and says, "Would you like to be a funky bass?" And
I love it.
that suddenly the doors open and that's it. She's reborn.
Who doesn't want to be a funky bass?
Is she a funky bass?
She's a funky bass.
She's a funky bass.
And then the Mother
And I
Superior.
play Mother Superior, who... so it's set in Philadelphia, and there were a lot of Welsh people actually emigrated to Philadelphia back in the day. They nearly called it New Wales.
Did they?
Yes,
True.
yes. And they've got number plates.
Every day's a school day, Leslie.
My brother sent me a picture of a car number plate that's got a Welsh flag on it.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is why my Mother Superior is Welsh. No other reason.
No other reason at all. Absolutely not.
Convenient.
and she doesn't respond well to Dolores coming in because she wants to keep things as they are. But I always think this is a little bit like a sort of a musical theatrical version of Wife Swap. So, you know, what Dolores brings into the convent.
It's interesting.
Well,
Go on, very
it's
interesting.
like the two worlds, isn't it, colliding?
is.
But I think in the end, Dolores learns something from Mother Superior. Mother Superior certainly learns from
Yeah, she
Dolores,
does.
and she softens her up a bit. And they, you know, it's a really lovely story,
Yeah.
actually, isn't it? Of these
It's
two
got
women.
heart. It's not just funny. It's not just what you... It's got heart.
Yeah,
It's
there's
got
a lot.
real
There's,
heart.
the humanity of it
Yeah.
is right at the nub of it, where people learn so much about themselves and learn about how to embrace each other's differences and yet retain who they are and still move forward.
And that song,
it's great.
we're just here to spread that love all
All
around.
around.
Spread the love. I can't
The
believe-
other thing it has is a very big strong female
Yes,
cast.
it
A
does.
lot of
Yay!
the
Yeah.
sisters
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the house over
yeah.
there who are going to be for me later. That must be lovely, Leslie,
is
having a cast that
fantastic.
is significantly the vast majority.
We have got wonderful men in the cast. We've got Clive Rowe, we've got Lamar, we've got the wonderful men, but it is fabulous. And women of a certain age as well.
Oh, yes.
That's really brilliant.
That is...
That I love.
Yeah.
It's representative of women at every stage. That
You've got to control your pop.
Oh, I've got to control this. It keeps leaping off my cheek.
flying off.
That funky bass.
It's just wonderful. It is, the resonance. It's just wonderful to see, you know, you have women who are much more mature and women who are younger, all coming together, all celebrating the
learning off each
sisterhood
other.
together. It's brilliant.
And you went method for this as well, Leslie, didn't you? Because you actually met the big man himself.
I did. I did. My friend, the Pope. We did a pilgrimage for the BBC going from the Swiss Alps into Rome. We walked into Rome, and then we had half an hour with the Pope.
Wow.
And I did actually bless him. I know. I just did because I told. There you are. There I am. I
you
went
tell him
through
you were
a
in
whole
Sister
monologue
Act,
about
or-
being 72 and all of that, and he burst out laughing and said, "You don't look 72." And then at the end, he came round, he hugged me, he kissed me, gave me a medal to celebrate 6 years in the papacy, and then he burst out laughing again and said, "You still don't look 72." At which point, I put my hand over his and said, "Bless you." There we are.
The Pope was blessed by Leslie.
I tell you what, he'd have been a fan of Birds of a Feather.
He would have
Dorian
been, that's
blessed
what they
me,
all
I'd have
said.
been
I love
butter in
it.
your hands, Leslie, as you know only too well. It's so lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely. And you're going till June 8th, and it's
At the
good
Dominion.
for all the family, right?
Yes.
Actually
And the
going
show
through
is going through to the
longer
end
than
of
that. The
August.
show's going to the end of August.
Yes.
Excellent.
Our wonderful
Burke will
Beverly
take over
goes.
Gotcha.
from me.
Gotcha.
June the 8th. Then Alex comes in and puts on the wig and the
Yeah.
crazy makeup.
Assumes the position
Sure
and
does.
praises the Lord.
We can't wait to take... So, look, they're not just dressed up for our own enjoyment. They are, although I have enjoyed it. They are going to be performing for us along with the rest of the cast here, and honestly, you're going to absolutely love it. Just like they said, it's going to share a bit of joy. It's a joyous experience, and we've got more of that coming up. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, ladies.
They finished
Thank
really
you.
late last
Thank
night
you.
as well. They
And they're
finished, they
here.
came off stage about 10:30, something like that.
Yeah, singing first thing
Very
in the
lucky to
morning.
have them.
I'd rather gosh. Julie Richardson, star of Netflix's One Day and The Gentleman, and Disney Plus's upcoming Renegade now, joins us now.
Good morning.
Good morning. What a start to the year. I mean, you couldn't pack any more in, could you?
Yeah, but the funny thing is, it was like years. It was a couple of years' work that just all came out at the same time.
They're like buses, these massive hit shows, aren't they? You wait for years to one come and get 3 at the same time. Let's start with One Day,
One
Jolie,
Day,
which
yes.
has just been extraordinary. Obviously, much anticipated because of the success
Because of the book.
Did you know the book before?
I did know the book and I'd seen the film, but I somehow thought it would work best as a series. I mean, I'm just a tiny part of it, and it was just really fun. Leo, as we were just saying, Leo and Ambika are just stupendous, and I thought that one would be a hit because it's a love story, and, you know, we all love love stories.
There's always that concern, though, isn't it, where you take a much beloved work of art, which was a book beforehand, and then turn it into something else that people might feel like perhaps it hasn't been delivered on. But
there's a lot of expectations.
Yeah, the response to it must have been extraordinary.
I think because Leo and Ambika are just so fresh. And then our episode was really fun because it was comedic.
Yes.
And ridiculous. And now I get all these texts saying, you know, are you there, Moriarty? And Moriarty, where are you? And it's lovely that that's become a catchphrase.
It's so great. And then the new series, The Gentleman, it was actually Ben that turned me on to it. He's like, Deeley, you have to watch this.
Just sit down,
amazing.
find some time.
Yeah.
It's so it's right up my sweet spot.
Sweet spot.
Just in terms of it hits so many.
Street right up, yeah.
It hits so many of the things for me. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, Jolie, just explain a little bit about.
Oh my goodness!
Gentleman.
Can you not explain? Well, it's Guy
difficult.
Ritchie, and it's a crazy gangster. I always say it's Downton Abbey, Peaky Blinders in a blender, The Gentleman.
Yes, that feels like a really good description, to be honest.
It's simple, isn't it? Yeah.
But it was so funny as well. The writing, I mean, it's very stylised. The characters are amazing. It is a little bit violent and it's got that edge to it.
It's edgy, it's also glamorous, it's ridiculous, and it's also about family, and that's one thing we can all relate to, and dysfunctional family members, etc.
Yeah.
And you saw people are watching a little bit of Vinnie Jones pops up in it as well.
Yeah,
of course, has been in a
Vinnie.
number of Guys' films over the years, hasn't he? What was it like working with Vinnie?
It was so funny because we couldn't have been more opposite, because I love to rehearse and like get my feet and know what I'm doing, and Vinny's like, all right, come on, lunch, let's go, I want to get home. Like we were saying, he likes his farm, you know?
He loves being on
He
his
just
farm.
wanted to be out there, but I think he's pretending a little bit, because I think he actually is really into it. He's so good in it.
He's brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I think it's the best thing he's...
And then tell us a little bit about the new series that's coming on Disney+, Renegade Now. It's set in 1705.
Well done.
I've been watching
18th
it,
century.
and the lead character is a woman who is a highway woman.
Highway woman.
And she's got special powers. It's sophisticated, it's intelligent, it looks super expensive, the special effects are amazing.
Yes. Well, because you've got Sally Wainwright, the writer, who's sort of goddess of television.
Valley and
Valley, exactly. And then you've got the production values of Disney. And then, like you said, at our centre, we've got this kick-ass, amazing actress, Louisa Harland, who's just perfect. This great cast of characters, like The Gentleman. Everyone's very delineated. It's very funny, it's moving, because it's also about family, and magic. And then these incredible costumes.
Well, I was about to say, you, though, however, seem to play these pearls of a role within each one that are like fun. They're a bit out there, a bit silly. There's loads of costume.
Well, the thing is, I think, you know, when you get a bit older, you know, you get, in my case, you get sort of smaller particular parts, and what I love is characters. So I really like to find a character. So the voice, where the voice placement is, and then, you know, the look of the character. So like, even those 3 characters you showed, they're all a bit posh, but they're actually quite different, each one. And that's my joy and my fun with
the
work.
costume in Renegade Now, there was quite some construction to get into it.
Major construction. Tom Pye, a brilliant costume designer, and Jill Sweeney, who did these extraordinary, like you see in that picture. I mean, because I'm really tall anyway, I'm sort of almost 5'10", and with that, it was like another 1.5 foot on top of my head. Corsets, padding. It was a production. I mean, I needed someone else, and I did. Lovely Annie Kanani, who sort of helped me carry the whole thing. So we were a 2 person job to manage
just to get
those
into it and to
costumes.
get the costumes round.
And wasn't it shot on the hottest day of the year as well? As
we did film it during the heat wave. And as I say to the Americans, we have no air conditioning in England. So, yeah, that was part of the endurance.
Really, that's the thing.
But then again, when you get to wear, like, these extraordinary things that I'd go for that any day and just kind of manage. They have cooling pads that they put on you and, you know, lots of fans and...
Jolie, I was fascinated to read that a while back you were questioning your place in the industry, that you felt a little...
Aren't we always?
Well, I guess, but the success and the range of jobs you've done and the experience that you've got, even where you are, you were questioning where you were going to sit.
Well, no, it was that my agent that I'd worked with for many years, she retired young to be with her mum. And so I went to get another agent, and it was like, no one wanted me.
Wow.
Yeah, and so even though I'd had, like, Golden Globe nominations and blah, 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 0 people wanted a woman over 50.
Wow, that's
so you
something.
were like, yeah. So then what we did, you know, my new agent, Sue Latimer, we've been together a few years now, we just started finding little ins wherever we could, you know, doing Sandman, also for Netflix, Lady Chatterley playing the Northern housekeeper, Mrs. Bolton, just, like, trying to sort of get through the door so people would consider me for roles. And then they started to come, but... yeah.
Because you also took a moment to go into... You were concentrating on theatre for a little while,
Yeah, well,
too.
I think after the Nip Tuck years, I just felt... I just wanted to do something else. I mean, Nip Tuck was a dream job, but my sister's boys were in America and I did lots of off-Broadway productions. And so it was like going back to my roots. It was really fun. Yeah. And I needed that. It was like a lovely bridge.
Yeah. Well, look, we're thrilled that it's going so well. There's a big birthday coming up, isn't there?
No, next year. Why is everyone like that?
But
I
they are
was
moments.
59 in January. We've got most of another year before I get to next January. And shall we... I'll come back and let's talk about it then.
Well, no. But I'm intrigued. No, I'm intrigued. Because I'm 50 in December, so everyone keeps going, you've got a big birthday coming up.
Okay.
So I've got a whole year being 49 first.
I know. So enjoy 49. And what I say about 50 is 50 is like a thing to get your head round. But the minute you're over that day, you'll settle into it and you'll realise you're free. That's what the last third, I call it, of my life is about. It's about being free.
Being free.
Yeah. No, less worried about what people think of you, what should I be doing, what is success. You just get to be you.
Do you think there'll be another gentleman?
Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah. No, we love it.
Can we petition for it?
Yes,
Can
please. Anyone watching, please.
Absolutely.
All of those shows, if you haven't had a chance to look at them, are well worth it. Renegade Nell is launching...
29th of March.
29th, Friday.
Friday, 29th
Premiere
of March.
tonight.
Yeah.
Amazing. Jolie, it's so lovely to see you. Thank you
Lovely
for coming
to
in.
see you.
And we'll see you
Happy birthday
and you.
next year.
Next year, yes. And you can come in and we can celebrate together.
OK, well,
Thank you, Jolie.
decade older, brilliant.
And Louis here now. Good morning. Or
Good morning.
afternoon.
Good
Just made it the
morning.
afternoon.
Good morning.
You looked incredibly relieved to be out when it finished.
You have no idea. Back in the real world.
Yes.
It was nothing like I thought it was going to be. It was a lot tougher, and I could cope with the days, but I couldn't cope with the nights.
Well, I read about that.
That's true.
Of you waking up in the night and almost having panic attacks in a room full of people.
A dark room.
Yeah.
And it was locked. I couldn't get out, you know, and that drove me crazy for a while.
And you were in a room with a lot of other people that,
Yeah.
that previously, the first 3 weeks, you hadn't known.
It was 12 people, and I was waiting for them to wake up. I was waiting for somebody to wake up every morning for contact.
Lots of people getting in touch with us, Lou, with all sorts of questions.
Oh, God.
Firstly, lots of them want to know, what made you want to do the show in the first place? Daisy Lou said that.
I was asked a few times before, would I do the show? And I always said no. And I said no at the start. And then somebody said, if you don't do this, you're going to be sorry. And I thought, life's too short, I'll do it. I didn't know it was going to be as tough. I really didn't know.
What was it like when Sharon was in the house? That must have been a great... Because she's like your ally. She's
great fun.
Yeah,
you know Mrs.
she's
O.
brilliant.
And she's fun, and she's not afraid to say what she thinks. But she was in a different bedroom. You know, she had her own little dark room. And then she went after 10 days, and I was fine.
Right.
I was fine. The days I coped with, it was the night time.
And when you say it was the night time that you struggled with, was it just you weren't sleeping particularly well?
I wasn't sleeping at all.
So then, during the day, then you're going to be shattered?
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah.
I was absolutely shocked. And there was a lot of people in there. They were all performing. And I was watching them all performing for the camera. They were all cleaning and cooking food and performing for the camera.
Well, that was...
I didn't want to do that.
Well, yeah, and you didn't. They said you were lazy because
Louis.
you didn't do it. Would you agree,
Lazy.
or...?
I don't cook food much. You know, I wasn't going to clean up. I was going to sit back and I was watching.
Yeah, but I do the cleaning.
Yeah,
That's the thing. That's the difference.
It's not that I'm lazy. I was watching them all performing. It was incredible. They all wanted to win.
Nin says, who was your least favourite housemate, Louis?
Probably the guy that went out first.
Gary.
Gary. I think Gary.
Why?
I didn't get to know him.
OK.
And I didn't see the real person. And we tried to talk to him a bit. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing going on.
Favourite housemate? Who was your favourite?
I liked a lot of them. I have their names here. I liked Marisha a lot. She didn't get the credit she deserved because she's a great, great singer. And she's like Bette Midler.
Really?
You know? Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She's amazing.
You've worked in the entertainment industry for a very, very long time. And there were times when I was thinking, you're chatting about people that you've worked with in a very open way. Did you forget that you were being filmed? Was there sort of...
A little bit. I wasn't being malicious about it. I was just kind of telling me what they're really like. You know, I wasn't being malicious. Nobody's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
And I have worked with people that I've said things about that I kind of regret.
Right.
I do regret that, especially on national, but that's me.
Is that previous to this, or is that during Big Brother?
Generally.
Generally?
It's generally, yeah.
Did you have a game plan before you went in? Were you,
No.
Or had you in your own mind gone, actually, I'm gonna talk about this, but I'm not gonna talk about that, or I'm gonna reveal a bit of this, or let's make it really entertainment. Let's.
I was only going to be honest, as much as I could be.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't want to fake it. I didn't want to do like everybody else was. So I sat back and watched everything, and I was telling Big Brother what was going on. He was really tough.
Really?
It's a lot more tough to be in there than you think.
Can you explain, leaving the sleeping aside, can you explain what you mean by tough? Is it having those rules and regulations to follow? Is it being surrounded by people who are performing? What was tough, Louis?
Everything. You're in a room with 12 people for 3 weeks that you don't know. And they're all acting, they're all performing, they're all saying different things. And you're standing there and saying, why?
That wasn't a surprise, though, Louis. Had you watched Big Brother before? I mean...
I'd kept my eye on it. But I wasn't like, I didn't know the ins and outs of it.
Okay.
But it's a great show. We were really well looked after. The medical team were incredible.
Right.
Oh, incredible. They were behind the scenes and they watched us.
You are always and have always been exceptionally honest. It was a great show and we have loved watching it. It's what makes you who you are.
I think it's an Irish thing.
Do you think it's an Irish thing?
You'd know.
Probably.
Yeah, you know. we tend to say what we feel.
Well, we've got a little VT of some of the things that you said while you were in there.
Oh, no.
You can try and explain these for us as well.
Try.
Now, there's lots in there to unpack.
I kind of regret... Listen, Ronan and I is a little bit of panto.
Yeah,
you know?
OK.
Yes.
I loved working with him. He was a great worker.
Yeah.
He's very driven. He's very good.
Very talented.
Yeah, and he sacked me, so... You know, I don't say great things about him, but I don't resent him, and he's good. He's a good person.
Yeah.
So I have to put that out there. Yeah. And it's a bit of panto between the two of us.
OK. There's a few other bits and pieces in there as well that you were talking about. I mean, when you look at that back there, Louis, do you think maybe you should have been a bit more cautious?
Yeah, I should have been, but I'm not. And that's what makes the show. You just be honest.
Yeah.
People being honest. You got to tell it like it is.
Yeah.
Has Simon been in touch with you?
No.
Has he not?
No, because it's not his show.
No, I know, but he would
I
have
love
heard
Simon. I love working with him.
Well, you've worked together closely for many, many years, but you're also saying the fix was in. Simon wanted Cheryl to win, so he got a Beyonce.
Well, he liked Cheryl, yeah. And by getting her Beyonce, it was going to win. But I like Cheryl too.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has a good side. I loved working with Carol. I loved working with him, as you did.
Yeah. And what about the Colin Farrell of it all?
That's a true story.
Is it really?
That would happen in the pod in Dublin, yeah. Yeah, because he was always hanging around. He used to teach line dancing. He's a very decent guy. And he's earned his craft.
But not a singer, you were saying?
No, he's not a singer, but he tried it out. He was fun.
He's not a bad actor, though, Louis, and you told him he was wasting his time.
I did. I was wrong. I'm not always right.
Now, we can't ask you about everything, which we would love to, but we're going to respect that. But I do want to ask you and Sharon, would you do more stuff with Sharon? Because what we loved was seeing the two of you back together.
If it was fun. Life is too short. I want to have fun now. I love Sharon. She's an energy. She's a force.
Yes.
She brings something new to everything.
Yes.
I love working with her.
A little bit of goggle box with the two of them, watching telly and commenting on the telly?
Maybe.
That could be...
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's up to her. I know she's moving back here.
She is, yeah.
She's smart, she's sparky,
She's smart.
she says what she thinks, and the two of you together have
She's
the
not
best...
afraid.
Yeah, you have the best chemistry.
She's not afraid to say anything to
We've
anybody.
had someone's just said, now you've done this, will you be doing I'm a Celebrity?
No.
Thank you very much.
No.
Not Strictly, not none of those.
Now, I actually had a really exciting day yesterday because I got the call to go and sit with none other than Hollywood A-lister Paul Rudd, and, you know, we had a couple of drinks. One thing led to another, and we chatted about his latest film, blockbuster movie, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. Take a little look at this. Hello? Is anybody there? It's freezing in here. It's absolutely freezing. What's that noise? Is that Ghost? Can someone put on the lights? Oh, you've been there the whole time.
The entire time.
Paul Rudd. Welcome back to This Morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
It's nice talking to you.
We have really blown the budget here. You grab that end, I'll grab this end.
Okay.
We've treated you to your own luge as a nod to the Frozen Empire.
Whoa!
That's This Morning. That's what we're
That's
on
real.
now.
That's legit.
And
That's
I'll tell you,
impressive.
We're even going to put a drink in there for you.
Okay.
Can I get you an iced tea? I know you're a fan of tea.
Yeah.
We could give you a lager, or we could hit the hard stuff, and I could pour you a vodka.
Well, it's your show. What do you choose?
We'll go with the vodka first. Here we go.
Vodka first? Do I
Yeah.
put my cup here?
Yeah. So that is a little vodka for you.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a bit of Coke with that, and then we can conduct the interview.
Okay.
Because this is how we roll. Here we are. There you go. All right. You tell me when.
I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Lovely. Beautiful.
You know, I haven't had breakfast yet.
Oh dear. We're so sorry then, and we're getting you on the vodka already. Sorry about that.
That's good.
Your character, Gary, in Afterlife, he turned into a giant dog. He took on some evil spirits. And then you got it on with your student's mum. What's your character up to now?
When you describe it like that, it seems as if the next thing that I'm up to now would be brutal and horrible. And now I've actually moved in with them. So technically, it was a good move. I'm now living in New York with the family, dating the mom, and fighting ghosts, busting ghosts alongside them.
Phoebe Spangler, you stay inside this car.
I have a ghost to bust.
All right, that was cool.
Gary, come on.
No, I know, I'm sorry. It's just the way she said it. It sounded cool.
So we've grown up with Ghostbusters, as we all know and love it.
This movie was a major film when I was a kid, and I've grown up seeing it, and to actually now be a part of it is surreal. It's amazing. It's such a trip to put on the suit, to put on a proton pack, but like turn to my right and see Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson and Annie Potts standing alongside doing the exact same thing. It's like stepping out of a movie from your childhood. I mean, I got to drive that car.
Did you?
The Ecto-1 is, I mean, talk about an iconic vehicle. I actually got to drive it. I got to put it in reverse, which really scared the crew. Because it's a cumbersome drive. It's not easy.
You've got power steering.
No, it doesn't have power anything. I mean, it looks like it should work. It looks like you should be able to capture ghosts and things with all the wires, and it's really impressive. And it's also from the original film.
It's from the original film.
I think that's
that
one of the
car.
ones. I think they made like 13 or 14 of them in total. It was very exciting, and one of those things where you think, how cool is this that I'm actually getting to drive this thing?
Well, talking of the original, Slimer's back.
Yeah.
Was he tricky to work with?
Well, I didn't have to work with Slimer, but
You enjoying that?
Yeah.
I've got more if you need it.
terrific.
All right.
Slimer, I didn't get to really work with, but I did see the puppet. That's a pretty cool thing that it isn't CG. Slimer's actual puppet, and so.
Hold on, the Slimer's a puppet.
Yeah.
It's not CG. It looks CG though, didn't it?
Well, they add some effects to it.
If you could haunt anybody, who would you haunt?
You.
Me?
Yeah. Because I want to see all these, all these fun interviews you do, and you get to meet all of these people. I would haunt you, but I wouldn't haunt you. I wouldn't make your life difficult?
Well, Paul Rudd, you know we don't like to come to these interviews empty-handed. I
Yep.
have bought you a little present. I've bought you a bust of your face, all right? Are you ready for it? Oh, dear.
It melted.
It's melted. It's melted. I mean, this would have been your nose. There you go.
I see it. I do see it.
Paul Rudd, thank you so much. You are so lovely, the nicest man in Hollywood. Welcome. Oh, you've just ate your nose. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
That was
I love
great,
him.
Jose. What a lovely guy.
Do you know what? They all say Paul Rudd is the nicest
Everyone
bloke in
says that,
Hollywood,
yeah.
and I can confirm he actually is. And he's like that off screen as well. He's
You're
just
one of the
lovely.
nicest people in television.
Oh,
but what's
stop it.
interesting about you is after that interview
Yeah.
and the junket finished and everyone went their separate ways,
Yeah.
well, someone went back into the room and we captured that. Like, can we have a little look as to what she was up to?
If it's good enough for Paul Rudd, it's good enough for me. I've been dying to have a go on this.
He went in and did the vodka luge. Look at her.
Oh, no.
She's still there, no one in the room. Just keep on going.
The thing is...
With a little carrier. There we are.
I've always wanted to have a go on a vodka
Oh,
luge.
yeah.
You know, drinking on the job and all that. We did it last week. I thought, you know, why
What were
bring
you
it
like?
up a lifetime?
Guys, I've just left my bag in now. Just go back. Great, good for
There
you.
we go. Yeah, it was nice, yeah.
Wonderful.
Now, at just 17, our next guest faced a life-altering challenge when she lost her eyesight due to a rare condition.
Yeah, after struggling with the grief of that and the daunting prospect of navigating a new world, Lucy Edwards found unexpected strength in sharing her journey online.
Yeah, from a viral makeup tutorial that captivated the world to becoming a much-loved beauty blogger with 1.8 million TikTok followers, Lucy has touched the hearts of many, and now she's releasing a brand new book, Blind, Not Broken, and she's here alongside her guide dog, Molly. Good morning to you, Lucy.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, brilliant. And thank you so much for coming on, because I've always wanted to meet you. I've been following you online, and I've always wanted to meet you. Now, Lucy, when you first meet people, you do like them to describe what they look like,
I
don't
do.
you?
I love a good audio description, Jose.
Right, OK. So, Dermot, you go first.
Oh, I see.
Go on.
So I have a man. Hello. Very nice to meet you. Generic
Sorry,
guy.
guys, I'll put you on the
I've got
spot.
a kind of light blue T-shirt
Love
on and dark blue strides with brown
that.
shoes, and I'm hosting this morning on a blue sofa with Miss Josephine Gibson.
And do you know when people ask you to describe yourself, you think, oh, what do I look like? What do
Yeah.
So,
Who am I?
Yeah, that's what you go through. So, Lucy, I'm with you. I've gone copper now, so I've got copper hair.
Babes, we're copper together, copper twins.
And I'm a bit freckly, a bit chunky or hourglass, however you like to describe it. Tall, I'm really tall, and I've got like a snakeskin sort of green top on and some black trousers and some really funky shoes.
Oh, they're lovely.
I quite enjoyed that at the end of it.
Thank you so much. That's really built up a picture in my mind. It's so important because obviously I had vision before I lost my eyesight, and I still want to be in the visual world, so thanks, guys.
And you actually got Ryan Gosling to do that.
I did.
What was that like?
The red carpet, because I was hosting a premiere, and I was like, babes, could you just, audio describe yourself? And it was just very lovely. I think it breaks down that barrier, Also, I think he gave me a few more questions on the press junket, so I was like, oh, Ryan, thank you. And it just got him to describe a bit more about himself. And also, I think you look within yourself and go, oh, what am I wearing? But actually, I've had a good morning too. And this is, I've spilt a little bit of whatever down me and my cup of tea or whatever, and it creates a combo, doesn't it?
Forever the journalist.
Tell us a little bit about for people that don't know you too well, tell us a little bit about your journey then.
So I lost my eyesight 11 years ago now, nearly to the day. I have a really rare genetic condition called incontinenti pigmenti. Bit of a mouthful, we say IP, but it runs down the female line of my genes, although my mother isn't blind or anything. So it's really rare. If we look at IP as a whole, it's only really 1,000 people in the world with the condition, and then 5% of those actually lose their eyesight from it. So yeah.
Luce, I mean, I couldn't imagine, because you've had your eyesight and then you've lost your eyesight. What was life like navigating after you've lost your eyesight then? And is that all in the book?
It's all in the book. So, you know, when we think about surviving, not thriving, all my best friends going to university, my boyfriend and now my husband.
He's lovely. I met him earlier. He's so nice.
I just love him. He's my rock. And I just think, you know, back then I was in a dark place, you know. When we think about my mental health, it was at rock bottom because I had to learn how to live again, guys. You know, you have to learn how to pour a cup of tea. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm 17 and I'm learning again how to, like, put my toast on. It's all very frightening. And, you know, having my guide dog, and I think, you know, when you hold a guide dog harness for the first time, you're like, oh, my gosh, this 2-year-old dog is going to guide me everywhere. I'm used to me, myself and I. So, you know, I didn't really think about the loss of my vision as affecting me, but my sense of self was really shattered. And I was like, the world around me views me so differently now, but I'm just still the same Lucy, and it's so weird, you know?
You did say that your dog Molly would faceplant as soon as you started, and
I
you
did.
were not wrong. So, yeah, I can't imagine that level of grief and panic is the first word I put down.
Yeah.
Because you lost your eyesight in one eye, didn't you, when you were younger, and then the second eye went.
Yeah.
How do you get out of that? When do you start to bottom out and you start to approach the world with a bit of positivity? How long did that take, and what were the steps?
I think you swim in a sea of grief for so long.
Yeah.
Like, all of us have that grieving story. It may be in some capacity. Maybe you've lost a loved one. You know, we all understand what grief is like in some ways. But I think in my grief, I just wanted to tell the world that I am capable, I am confident in the end. But I think it was a long time to get there. Yeah, it was a long time to get there. I think, you know, it was telling myself affirmations every day, even if I didn't believe it. You know, it was those 2 years where I did sit in bed with ice cream. It was, you know, thinking about every day as if it was like just a day that I needed to think about positive things, not negative things, about myself.
Do you know what I loved? Is when I read that you wrote a letter to, and I think we should all do this, you wrote a letter to, like, little Lucy, so you wrote a letter to your younger self. Can you tell us about that, Luce?
Honestly, so at the end of my book, so here it is, I can't believe I'm holding it in my hands. So at the end of the book, I say, you know, I've been through depression, I was diagnosed with depression, I've been on antidepressants, I know what it's like to have mental health, and it's a massive thing, you know, to understand yourself in that way. I still have a psychologist, you know, I deal with a sighted wealth every single day that isn't made for me, but yeah, I wanted to tell those little Lucies, you know, on day one, someone's losing their vision right now today, someone's grieving today, right now, on their day one, I wanted to be their role model because I didn't have one, and I was grieving. And what I want to also say about this book is that I've got Braille on the front cover. I don't think anyone's ever done that before, which is so cool. It's like bringing, like, the visual world and the blind world together, because that's what I'm all about. And the lovely Lens code, which you can scan with your phone, and it just tells you a bit of an audio description of the front of the book, which I think is really cool.
What's the process like learning Braille? How tough a language is it to learn?
You know what? I did at school, so I think as a young kid, it's a bit malleable, your brain is, right? But I think having a visual language for me, A, B, C, D, and then kind of learning the tactile version, grade 2 kind of condenses it. So it's like text speak. I can't really get on board with that, but grade 1, because I've got a visual brain. Yeah. It sounds really weird being a blind person with a visual brain, but it is tough to kind of...
And the actual process of writing the book, do you record it? Like, you know...
I type it, so I'm a touch typist. Like, Ollie would come in, my hubby, sometimes in the late depths of the night, because I haven't really ever talked about, you know, the moment that I lost my vision. The consultant, when he told me, like, how many fingers am I holding up, Luce? Like, no one's ever really heard me say that online before, so I was, like, in the corner of my bedroom, like, oh, my God, I've never written this before. And through my tears, I'm like, it's OK, I don't need to see the screen, so I can keep typing. You know, the positives. So.
And I can't have you on without talking about your lovely husband, Dolly. He's so nice, and I've watched podcasts of you two together. He's hilarious. You two together are so funny, but you did do your wedding a little bit differently, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, that was a movie moment for me. Yeah, so walking up the aisle to just Arrival of the Birds, like, that song always gets me, because The Theory of Everything is just a massive film for me, and yeah, Stephen Hawking has always been a massive inspiration. So yeah, up the aisle, we had 3D audio, and he actually my hubby made the track of it kind of crescendoing as I got to the end, so I knew where I was. The scented flowers up the aisle. We're talking about everyone being blindfolded in the audience, and Ollie being blindfolded and then feeling my dress for the first time. Miss Molly having a collar on and a bell so she could hear all my bridesmaids being audio described. It was just
I love the fact Ollie was blindfolded, so we had exactly the same experience as you. It was just beautiful.
Because the blind experience isn't a less than experience. It's like he just sees it as his world too. Yeah, and I feel like we went blind together, and that's probably like a controversial statement, but the emotion of it, because I saw him before I lost my vision.
Yeah.
Like we just went through it together. And Miss Molly had her star moment. I mean, she was matched to me.
I have
because
just seen a picture of her asleep, though, again, at your wedding.
Because she's like, babe, I mean, if the camera's always here, her sparkly collar, that's why she's called Miss Molly, you know.
Lucy, do you know what? I'm so glad I've met you. It's such a pleasure having you on. Blind, Not Broken, out now. Thank you you're such an inspiration. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. The Braille copy is also available for the RNIB.
What a marketer. What a marketer. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, good luck with everything.